I'm in Milton Keynes, so I'm close to the anyway.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? Welcome to RetroUnlim Live. Nein! I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Nein!
These are my guests tonight. We have James, aka Monkey Spans 5000.
There was an awkward pause there. Did you forget his name?
No, I was switching the camera to him. Hello, James.
Get to the chopper!
Who is your daddy?
Well, not you, of course.
Stop laughing! Go. Do it now. Talk.
Okay. I'm not even going to try. I don't think Scottish people can do it.
It is not a tumor.
Well, we know Scottish people can't have sex, but what about Arnold Schwarzenegger impressions?
Scottish people have sex with women, unlike you, English.
Yeah, because we have sex with attractive women.
Well, that's what we say anyway.
Who's that playing the guitar in the background? Only I mean,
like I said, at the moment, in this fucking house I'm staying at for a week, we're having band practice, so if you hear
should have said
fucking
it was your
guitar in the
backing
background...
band.
Well, no. Apparently, this show could not go on without me here. And like, alright, fair enough, but you're going to have to put up with a lot of ambient noise. Well, not you, of course.
Oh, I can... Well, we're crossing
I can hear
timelines
the stream
again.
in the background. You've created a time paradox. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, who's the next guest? It's the console snob, aka Grumpy Gaming HD, who's lost his webcam this evening. Hello there.
Oh, I ain't lost my webcam. It's still working, isn't it?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay then, my problem. Although the toilet never has any problems, so disregard that.
Well, hello guys. Yeah, I'm on holiday for a week, so if there's a lot of ambient noise around me, it's because I'm not in my own fat cave as usual.
Been evicted.
Yeah. And also I've got a copy of Fear Effect with me, so I'm alright.
He's got no PlayStation, he's just...
Just hugs it at night time.
Yeah, that's cool. Nothing wrong with lesbians in gameplay, but anyway, carry on.
Lesbians,
I
what?
love lesbians.
It's the
Everyone
first,
just... What?
They don't love
it's the
me.
first
though.
game to have lesbian protagonists in, didn't you know?
Are you at a house full of lesbians?
No.
You should take lesbians back to
House
your
of the
boudoir.
Boudoir.
So he's basically saying it's overkill.
And then you could squirt them with your boudoir.
Yeah.
It's degraded already.
That was like, what, 5 seconds?
Welcome to the news at 10.
Okay, the next person in the stream is Yack. Hello, it's me, Yack. I'm going to stop doing the stupid Arnold impressions, although
Please.
it may come back a little bit later in the evening. So, the next person in the stream is Michael Burhan. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing? Ah, we just spoke at the same time. We read each other's mind.
I have little people. Look, there's one of them.
What's that?
There's one of them. See?
Hello.
They're having trouble sleeping, but I have the headphones
Gin, I'm
in.
telling you, Gin is the greatest babysitter in the world.
Yeah, I don't want to intoxicate my kids with gin, but thank
Remember
you.
the old Harry Enfield sketch? This child is sleeping peacefully, this child is not. That's because this child has had gin.
I find chloroform works better.
How did they get away with that stuff in the 90s? Oh dear.
What, in the real comedy?
And today's special guest, it is Patrick, aka 8-Bit Relic. Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Although I don't think he can hear us.
I think he's watching the stream as a... I don't know.
Oh,
I think he's suffering lag.
Why, did he fly recently?
Yes. Through the sky so high.
sorry, I'm just trying to make out what that tune is that somebody's playing in the background. Oh,
I believe it's called Guitar Strum number 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
out of the Learn Tunes in 5 Seconds book,
The
Guitar for
guitarist way.
Dummies.
which I wrote.
Guitar for Dummies. Or the Eds, because don't get me wrong, I love you too, but hasn't he been milking the same 3 chords for close to 30 years?
I wrote guitar for lesbians.
Oh dear, I don't know what's happened to Patrick there. He's wandered off.
He's stolen Scott's
Fell out
boudoir.
already.
Oh,
He's
yes.
done already.
He's in Scott's room.
He disappeared, Scott, because he's upping himself to all your games.
Funny you start
Oh,
busting
here we
my
go, here we
balls when I'm away from my fucking boudoir.
You got from now on. That's what you got to say. You got to go say, "Hi, I'm the console snob, and welcome to my boudoir."
Yeah, gotta be done now.
Oh, hello. Hello!
Hey, got some headphones now. No more.
Hello,
Home stream.
Patrick!
Home
Hello!
stream's still broken.
Oh dear, I think we'd better move on to our next
God,
guest.
I feel
while
like I'm in a 90s sitcom with this fucking acoustic guitar behind me.
It's like Friends, but only more funny.
And a lot more cursing.
Yeah.
Brett
Fucking
Badley.
right.
Brett Badley, good evening. Oh, he's gone!
He's had enough
We can't
already.
hear him. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, jeez. Hey, should we have a guitar battle? I'll get my guitar out. Show him who's best. Arnold.
I can get mine, but it would need tuned.
Arnold couldn't play guitar. His fingers are so massively strong, strings would just break.
He's actually got his guitar in that coffin there on the picture.
Yeah.
I actually read a story once about a guy who...
This is in there, and he's sneaking her in his California mansion.
I read a story once about a guy who was stopped at customs, and they asked him what he had in his guitar case, and he said, "What do you think? It's a gun," and they arrested him.
That's what you get
Well,
for
if
being a
you've got to
sarcastic
tell him it's a
prick.
gun, you've got to accept the consequences.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's what you get for being a sarcastic twat.
There's a guy where I work, because this is a true story. There's a guy where I work when I came out of the warehouse, and he sings all night, and he can't sing for shit. It's the most tuneless shit. I think it's an inside joke, and he's taking a piss out of us. It's that bad. But a police officer was in, right, and I tapped the police officer on the shoulder and say, "Can you arrest him for crimes against music, please, mate?" And he just looked at me like that, and then just walked off. All right, it's not my fault we cut the public sector. Oh, ambient background noise. Or is it the
Well, at
same?
least we're not in the situation that the Americans are in, which
Oh,
is
dear.
not chaos.
Yeah,
Not
If there's anyone from America, I feel bad for you.
America, I know how you can fix the problem. You should bomb your way out.
Oh dear.
If you get stopped in an American airport just because some nutcase has actually watched this show, you just... All I'm going to say is don't be surprised if they come after you with the rubber gloves.
I just meant, fight your way out, war your way out. You're quite good at it. So it's a compliment. America,
your
you
way
do
out.
good war.
War.
should be on customs when you walk into the States. America, we do good war and have done since 1700.
We do good war. Huh, what is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
Hey, I hope I don't offend Patrick there. I didn't offend him, and that's why he left. Oh
Oh,
dear.
he's having some
happy.
issues.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think that's some
He
issues.
seems to have dropped out, unfortunately.
He does not understand the technology.
And also, Darth Vader has entered the call, evidently. Either that or somebody's loading a Spectrum in the background.
No, it's me. I've got terrible windy pops, so there are no Rennies in the building.
It's coming out of both orifices. Have you ever done that?
You can have all sides.
Have a burped and farted at oh right, I'm gonna raise the tone of this with
What, I sneezed and shit myself a few weeks ago.
Didn't
I
need to know
expect
that.
nothing less of you, Scott.
Mr.
I
Yack,
think totally less of you.
Yes.
can I have an introduction?
Control your bowel movements, Snob.
Oh yes, that's right, I forgot to
Oh
introduce
yes,
you, didn't
shitty
I?
biscuits.
Oh,
Yes.
Arnold forgot to introduce you. This is Dave, Lawn Boys Post 1975. Hi Dave.
Hello.
Is that enough
That's all you-
introduction for you?
Yeah, that's all you get. I'm rationing my introductions because times are cheap and budget cuts and shit. So
Yeah, that's why you're asking all your friends. to
three-quarters of
avoid
my
you.
introduction. Going to take three-quarters of my introduction that you didn't see, and I'm going to donate it to America for their problems. Everyone, in fact, everyone.
hell.
If we all donate some of our introduction to America, job done.
RetroUnlim doing its bit for charity.
Yeah, we're basically helping Bill O'Reilly out.
Hello
Most
Patrick.
of-
Patrick?
Oh, we can't hear you.
Oh,
He's
Did
just
we?
typing.
I tell you what, he's giving me a beardgasm. Check out that beard. That is hot.
Yes. That's beats games blokes beard.
Fucking
Hands down.
Billy, rub your beard all over my fucking body.
Good job he can't hear you.
I'm only taking the piss.
What, Bill Oddie or him?
Both.
He's gonna have to do it through the written language. Ring a roses, a pocket full of posies.
Somebody's doing Wii Fit.
That's my children. They're jumping in front of the camera.
It's never we fit with me, it's more like we.
Games
Or
and
we earthquake.
His ears
Brace
go down.
yourselves, ladies. He's gonna exercise. Snob's doing jumping jacks again.
Fuck that.
Take out the house insurance.
And he's going commando.
Going Commando. That's my favourite Arnold movie.
You know what I said? I kill you last. I lied. What's that piece of shit doing on the floor? He says he lives there.
I'd like to try and drive a car without a seat. He makes it look so easy.
It's
He
hard
makes
as
flipping
hell.
cars look so easy as well, doesn't he?
I have
You know, he
driven a
flips
car
a car
with
back and it's got no damage.
Hey Dad, you can move it back.
Just
Every
like
time he
those
touches
Gran
damaged
Turismo.
cars, he just sucks the damage out of them.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
like Gran
inflicts that
Turismo.
damage on bad guys.
Dad, look.
Sweetie, don't touch that lens.
Don't touch
It's
that down.
expensive.
No, they're
touch
playing
that
about
dial.
my cinema camera
Careful,
now. I'm
honey,
just like,
the safety's not on.
no, the lens, it's a 35mm lens. If it breaks, you guys are going to owe me $5,000. So please don't touch it.
Michael's only gonna be
Yeah.
calm
In other
for
words, you're
a
not
few
going to
minutes.
college.
I have a proposition. I have a
I
proposition
don't even know if
for
they're going
you,
to go to college in
Michael.
the first place.
I have a Michael. I have a proposition for you to earn some extra money. You could join me in Terminator 5. You could be John Connor.
Well, I've got my big freaky beard, so I don't think it's on product.
Here's an idea, you could shave.
But why would I? That's putting effort into shaving. I don't want to shave.
Shaving
I
Bye,
think
your out.
Patrick.
Oh,
I look
Again.
manly. I'm a man.
is there
I'm
going
such
to
a man.
actually be a Terminator 5?
Yes, apparently. We were
Yes,
talking
and
about
Arnold's
it.
going to be the star.
Of course. You can't have Terminator without Arnold. Of course not.
Well,
They
yeah,
tried
look at the
that,
train
it
wreck that was the
bombed.
last one.
Yes.
That might also be because it was rubbish.
I still haven't seen it.
What did they
I guess it's
try?
half out of protest.
No,
I
let's
like
see
them.
that rewinding. I found
I did like the Arnie digital cameo.
I found change.
No,
I like
that's-
all the Terminator
that's
films.
daddy's.
They're all good.
Do it.
Right, stop playing with the camera now, guys. Bedtime. Bedtime.
Get off my beep beep camera!
You. Bed. Yes, I'm going to beat my children.
I think Scott's
No, it shouldn't work.
itching to explode with a load of
Yeah.
swear words, isn't he?
Ah!
God,
Patrick's
way
here.
too much.
Hold on, hold on.
Chill out.
Huh?
Everybody be quiet.
Yeah, my wife turned off the PC.
Hello,
That's
Patrick.
what this is for.
Hello.
Yes, we can finally hear you. How are you this evening?
Finally!
Hey, what's going on?
Looks like you got a parrot on your shoulder.
You're currently speaking to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Parrots. You're currently speaking to Arnold Schwarzenegger. How are you?
Yeah,
I guess
that's
you could-
not getting old.
I guess you could do a better Arnold Schwarzenegger impression than I could. Patrick.
Why are you? Oh my God, Harry! Now you're being racist.
What?
Why?
No, hey, Patrick can speak.
Oh,
I guess it makes automatically.
Come on, Patrick.
It comes on.
Come on,
'Cause
Mr.
I would back.
Do your
Oh,
best
is it-
Arnold impression.
Oh, are you eating some Tesco noodles there?
No, it's not Tesco noodles. It's actually some from the Asian shop because Steven wanted me to get some eggs because he loves my eggs. Sounds a little bit weird, you know. But I have here some noodles, some other Asian stuff.
Well, the reason I ask if the Tesco noodles is because I was watching your video review earlier of the
Never again.
12 cent
Hello.
Tesco noodles.
They taste like 12
Shut up,
cents.
everybody. I'd welcome the alias, Joes.
Who's the
Oh,
alias?
someone's here.
Gonna be a blogger, hopefully, on the website one day.
Pull my finger out now.
Carry on.
Continue as usual.
Was she your mash and chips?
Sorry.
Right.
I was talking
Turn on the
Cockney.
subtitles.
She snobs mash and chips.
I don't know what that
Smash
means.
and chips. Does that mean is he
Think of
bumping
that.
uglies with her?
Yeah.
He'll never reveal it.
He's not even got his headphones on, has he?
His lady dog.
You might reveal it. He is going commando.
You have obsession with that, could it be?
Sorry?
You have some kind of obsession with going commando, could it?
Yes, just like I have an obsession with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
I have an obsession with console snob. So, Snob, can I ask you a question? Is the band called Snob and the Snobheads?
Yeah,
You know?
Smeg and the Smegheads.
Can we get some tunes? Can we get some tunes in this stream, Snob? With the resident band?
Nah, no, gone now. It's all done for the night.
House band.
Snob and the Southeast Band.
Did
Who
they
were
run out of
those?
drugs because they're a band?
Who were those people?
Nah, no can do, buddy. But I can have a DVD to watch, but I can't do it while on the live stream.
Actually,
Lost
that's my new segment of the show I'd like to introduce, which is what DVD did you watch last night?
Hey! Ooh, I'll take that one. Thank you.
There's a party going on in the background.
Yeah.
They're bringing arms to the party. What the fuck?
Aussie no move that, thank you.
Scott
Oh,
is-
Robocop's gun. Check this shit out. Look at that. That's
I
Robocop's
can't.
gun. That is fucking badass.
I can't see Scott at the moment.
I
Oh,
can.
that's
He's
so
holding two
awesome.
guns.
Right, Snob, just mail it to my address, right? It's at...
Too many weapons.
What's the other one? Is that an SA-80?
Got the
It
SA-80
looks like he's
right
doing
there,
a video
Rainbow
for the
Six style.
Taliban.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're going to hunt me with the SA-80 because it won't work. Sorry, British.
They are air guns, by the way. They're not loaded.
Right, Snob,
Fuck with that. What?
Job.
Snob, all you need is some shoe polish, a turban, and a fake beard.
And a what, sorry? A fake
Fuck
beard?
that shit. I need that sweet Atari t-shirt.
Just take it. You've got the guns. Turn around and take the t-shirt.
Death to the infidels.
No,
Rip
no,
it
what I
off his
need to do is
body.
cut some fucking eye holes in it and use it as a fucking balaclava. That'd be funny as fuck.
The Taliban, sponsored by Atari.
Ooh, getting all political here. Yeah, it's that power.
Yeah,
shit,
I know,
is it?
because everyone knows Atari couldn't afford it.
They'll be broke within a week.
You're getting bollockins now. Stop playing with our guns. Yeah.
We broke within a week, just like my Mega Drive.
Oh, funny you say Mega Drive, mate. Next week is going to be a good one on my channel.
Really?
Mega CD.
Oh, nice. You got one? Is it a new one?
Yeah,
Or,
I bought one.
So it's not a new one, but you know what I mean, new
I got
console.
an eBay sale, so it was the Sega Mega Drive 2 with the Mega CD 2, all in for 60 quid.
Oh,
So I
nice.
picked
I've
up
got the
some,
Model 2.
I picked up some classics as well. Good old Night Trap and Road Avenger and all that stuff.
I don't know if I'd go as far as to say Night Trap's classic, but Road Avenger is.
Yeah, and also Sonic CD. I've got a fucking audience here right now, Jesus. Was that one loaded? Ooh,
You've actually got more people watching you
out this
there
bad
than
boy.
we have on the stream.
fucking Beretta, isn't it?
The Console Snob fan club.
Yeah.
It's his
Well, like I said,
groupies.
I'm not in my fat cave like I keep saying to everyone. I'm at a friend's house right now.
This is the new segment of the show called Packing Heat with the Console Snob.
Fucking hell. I've fucking shot myself.
The Console Snob
Yeah, but what about the
militia.
guns?
Well, that one's alright. Little pee-pee shooter.
Let's play target practice with a console snob.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking...
Make it like one of those flash games. Just go left to the right in the back.
You might hold up a gun saying like, comment, or subscribe, or I'm coming to your house.
I've derailed this fucking live stream saying proper. Go on, say something retro, do something gaming, move along.
Okay, I think we should do the birthdays, shouldn't we? It's become a regular
My
fixture.
birthday isn't ready yet.
Well, when is your birthday, Scott? We can send you all presents.
April 1st.
You must be joking.
Nope.
Mine's the
No,
22nd of
well,
October,
you
send
don't
me
look a
stuff.
day over 12.
Whose birthday is it today then?
It is Marcus Bentley's birthday. He's 45.
Who?
Can you guess who he is?
No.
He's the voice of Big Brother. You know
Oh.
the Geordie bloke?
So, we just need a picture of
Did
him
12 in Big Brother house. I'm still
so
a
we
fucking
can thank
Geordie.
him for ruining TV.
Yes, thank you very much, Marcus Bentley, for ruining TV. So says Dave.
Yeah.
We hate you and your mum.
You suck! Other people's birthdays today. Jackie Collins is 76.
No one cares.
Nobody at all.
I just love the fact that as he's saying that, Snob's just standing there with a gun.
I can't actually see Scott at the moment. He could be doing anything.
So if by some miracle Jackie is watching, that's not sinister. Happy birthday, Jackie.
Happy birthday, Jackie. I'm coming to find you.
Yes. It's also Susan Sarandon's birthday. She's clickety-click, 66.
Wow.
And Linda McMahon, the wife of WWE boss Vince McMahon, is 64.
God,
She
that
looks a
long.
day over
Something on
70.
you.
Sorry.
I love her theme music. Da 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 da. Do you know?
How come she has theme music?
I can't
Is she a
remember the last
wrestler?
time she walked to the bloody ring.
She used to go to the ring with like the old WrestleMania music.
Everybody
You
should
get
have
in
key
said
music.
ring and fight.
But the usual McMahon music,
Sorry.
the old no chance music, isn't it?
Uncle Burhan.
We have another child in the room.
Look, this Uncle Burhan.
Oh, that was quick.
Look at this.
What?
Look at this. New one.
Rion, do you want to come say hello? Come say hello.
Do that.
This one's not mine. He's my nephew. He's
I was
Chinese.
going to say, have you stolen him?
Yes.
Yes, from
Steal
his
a child.
daddy.
Look.
Hello.
I already saw it. I know, but
Oh, he's had enough.
Yes. They've been playing with my Monopoly Empire.
I wanted to play with it.
Yeah, we're not playing with it now. You're going to bed now because you got to
Play
go
with
to your
Daddy's
artist tomorrow.
camera.
Okay.
Play with Daddy's camera and his lens.
Yeah, there's
No,
a camera
he
over there. It looks
Right.
like a camera. It's not. It's a transformer. You just got to push really hard.
This one. Staying at my daddy's house.
Right, do you want to go to bed? Go on, guys. Go lie down. Madam, jumping up and down is not going to get you anything.
137, eat your heart out.
I watched Ninja Turtles.
I like how Patrick's just calmly eating
I've,
his noodles.
I've got children like taking over the show now.
How old are your
Stop
children?
packing heat, and I have children.
How old are the children?
The children, my daughter's one's 7. The other
She's
one,
17.
no, one's 7. The other one is 5.
Going for-
Then I've got the 2 boys. One's 3, the other one's 2, and my nephew here is turning 6.
Is
So
that
he's
like,
5.
is that like turning Japanese?
No, he's had Chinese. It's half and half. Look,
A euphemism.
look at the eyes.
Children stay up late in England. In Scotland, they go to bed at 5 p.m.
These children don't know the definition of 5 p.m.
In Scotland, they sleep on the floor.
Indeed, at your
I'm going to fob him in the window. I'm not joking.
In Scotland, it is your child who brings you your newspaper in
You're
its
not going
mouth.
to drop the kitchen.
And your slippers and your pipe.
In Scotland, your pocket money comes in the form of fizzy juice.
Here is my weekly wage.
No,
Hmm.
I don't want no one to fob.
Going for the brew.
Old faithful.
Oh,
What?
that's what. Hang on.
Funny.
What? Hang on. What? Is that iron brew?
Yeah, it's proper iron brew.
Is it in a glass bottle?
Glass bottle.
Wow. that's
Expensive iron brew.
I'm surprised there is a fucking glass bottled version of Iron Brew.
Yes, because even when because even the Scots when they drink fizzy drinks still like to fight. It's not just alcohol.
Even if it's not
I can
alcohol.
imagine
What? Did you spill my fizzy juice?
Come on, you wee bastard.
I would have laughed if he
Right,
smashed it off
kiss.
the webcam there.
No,
Stop.
I'm not even going to open it because it will still be drinkable.
What? Because it'll depreciate in value.
2014. I'm still not opening it.
Yeah, but the thing is, the best way to enjoy Fanny is to open it.
Oh, watch out! There are kids listening.
No.
No, he's got headphones on.
Oh, that's could be
Oh,
pussy.
God.
Oh,
Twag, fad, bush.
well, we hope he
Fudge.
has.
Towing the line.
Also the C word, which I'm not allowed to say.
Do it. Say it. Say it.
Shut
Canada.
Say it loud and say it proud.
Chicken.
Chicken.
I'm not being funny, but that word cannot be said better than a Scottish person.
Chicken.
Not chicken.
How's it pronounced then?
Fucking deep fried Mars bar, isn't it?
Can't pronounce it without saying it.
James, have
Is
you
it- is-
ever eaten a deep fried mouse pie?
No, I
I thought you were
haven't.
going to say something else then.
Have you ever eaten a chicken?
Yeah, no, we don't have
You
chickens
have
in
chickens in
Scotland.
Scotland.
Well, they have them in Ireland. They sell them at boot sales.
Oh yeah.
No. Yeah, they do.
That,
We just
that
have
where Bob is now,
haggis.
getting his weekly fix of chicken.
We have haggis that we have to catch every morning at 5 a.m.
I knew it. I knew haggis was an animal.
We just pretend that it's not. Fucking come up here, you'll see them.
Hello.
Someone's house is haunted.
I know. It's
Your
Patrick's
guts
house.
will get you out of that one.
It's Scott's boudoir. It is haunted.
Patrick,
Cave.
I really like your curtains, Patrick.
The curtains, yeah. They came as a house.
Oh, right. Oh, you
3
lucky,
curtains.
you lucky swine. I had to buy all mine.
Don't you mean they came with Scott?
I'm over your poor tenant.
My room doesn't even have curtains yet. Look. Oh, no curtains.
Not even, oh, but a window at least.
It has Wally though. Look,
Thought you
there's
from
Wally.
sodomy
All
anyway.
right. Hello, Wally.
Does he do your cleaning?
Hello,
No.
Wally.
Stops you rubbing the angry Scotsman.
Is that like the flying? Is that like the flying Scotsman?
Well, it might do.
Can Scotsmen fly?
Well, it might hit you in the
man
chin if you're
can
looking
fly.
down the barrel.
Well, elephants can fly, so why not Scotsman? Snotsman.
Well, like I said, it might hit you in the chin if you're aiming down the barrel.
Yes, Chris Ashankt, the bearded
Everybody's
one.
favourite beardy blokes here.
Hello, Chris.
Hello.
Hey, Chris.
Hello, Arnie.
Hello there. It's me, Arnold.
Hey, Arnold.
Do you have
How are
anything
you?
to say? Would you like to join me in Terminator 5?
Terminator 5. I think it will be the biggest piece of sellout shit. Even worse than Terminator 4, you fucking cocksucker.
Stop
You're not
it.
even German.
No.
Why has it got 9? You're
Stop.
Austrian.
No, I will get 5 bajillion pound, Deutsche Marks for it.
You're not even German. You're Austrian.
Shut up.
Have you seen any German spies? Nine spies?
Nice, right. Yes, somebody spotted the pun in the title. Good. Hey.
Chris, are you not being fat and a bastard this evening, sir?
Yeah, I just came in to tell everyone to watch the Two Fat Bastards on YouTube channel Woodland
What the
13.
fuck, you asshole. Get the fuck out of here.
In 25 minutes.
In
But no, I
25.
came on to wish you all good luck with the stream and see how you're all going.
Yeah, it's
Alright,
going really
thank
well
you.
right
Well,
now.
I think we should ask you a question before you leave, shouldn't we? Let's have a look into our bank of questions that we have for this evening.
You're having a what?
Thanks, Susan.
DuckTales!
Is that your mate? I just downloaded it.
No, you didn't. That's illegal.
No,
Hello there, sir.
not in that way.
There is such a thing as legal
Hello,
download.
how are you?
No, there isn't. Because no one uses them.
I'm using a legal download that I downloaded off the Nintendo eShop. It was 11 quid.
Tell your mate, hello. Hello.
Yes, there's one of my brother and one of the actors from this job for hire is here.
I was going to say, it sounds like a very large
I'm his
older
brother.
child.
His real brother.
Hello? You
He's
can't
a
hear
very
me.
large child.
Wow, he grew up
I'm
quick.
his brother. His big brother.
Hello, Mike's brother.
How are you, mate? You alright?
I'm alright, thank you. I'm Arnold, by the way. How are you?
Hi, Arnold.
I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger.
There's a group of us.
Hi, guys.
Google just had a 502 error.
What's a 502 error?
I don't know because
Too
our
many children
technical
error.
wizard's not here.
Yes, unfortunately,
Too many children here.
Stu couldn't be here this evening.
I'm his brother.
That's
Yeah, we get that.
dog.
Don't
Have you
worry,
had alcohol, Michael's brother?
no, he hasn't. He's just overexcited.
What's he saying? What did your mate say?
He said, did you spill his fizzy juice?
You better not touch my fizzy
Scott,
juice.
who's in the background in your picture?
In the background of my picture, I am at a friend's house. I'm live streaming from a fucking friend's house right now.
You're a
Chris,
great
if you
friend.
look, Patrick's stolen his boudoir.
Yeah.
You go to a friend's house to sit on a
Live stream.
computer.
Of course, yeah.
It's cheaper internet that way.
Well, no, we all met playing Warcraft, so it's like, yeah.
So now they're fucking
computer
about
now.
with toy guns.
I don't know why I'm fucking. Put it down.
Put it down.
No.
Put the Wii U pad down.
Funny.
Chris,
Yes.
how many nipples? Quick.
2.
Nah, you lied.
Any more
Far
balls?
too long.
You need to finish the question though,
Right.
James.
Any more?
Were you
many
asking him
nipples?
how many nipples he has,
Right.
or how many nipples he
Any
prefers
more?
his women to have? Like that woman out of that Arnold film, Total Recall.
3.
That's what I was getting at, exactly.
Get ready for a surprise.
What?
Let's
Cover your eyes!
Face your eyes.
That's what Nob said. That's what Snob says. Before he like unleashes the beast.
Would you
Like,
like to
what
see
are you
my
doing?
console snob?
I learned this. I learned this from Total
Console
Recall.
snob.
I can see my Wii remote.
It's got 16 bits.
Motion feedback.
16 pubes.
And it's
Madam-
wireless.
And it's wired, did you say?
Wireless. Because that would be
That's
creepy.
wired.
Anyway, a big thank you to you.
Now you're playing with
lovely
power,
folks
sorry.
Who have,
Was that Chris?
I was just saying a big thank you for all you lovely people for donating and pushing it all and all that kind of jazz. Because as of today, we have now raised over £500.
Wow.
Hey.
Well done, mate.
I've still
Yes.
got a t-shirt for you, Chris, but I figured it would be better for me not to come over and give you man illness. Unless you want man illness.
How would you give it to me?
Well, I'd just blow my nose on the shirt and give you that.
Oh, you're still talking about the illness? Oh.
You don't want his HIV.
I'm clean, thank you very much. Because I combated all my illnesses with gin.
Gin is good.
I thought you were going to say Jif then.
What's your favourite gin?
Favourite gin? Bombay Sapphire.
Oh, it's a good choice. It's a good choice.
Thank you. Mainly because I like the bottle.
Then I would recommend that you check out Bloom.
Bloom?
Yes, Greenall's Bloom. It's a very nice bottle.
It's still gin. Gin.
It's still
Not sure
gin.
about that.
It's a London gin, though.
No, it's gin.
Oh, okay, listen to this.
Gin.
Gin. Gin's a woman's
Hatchy.
drink. Stella.
Gin.
Stella!
You say that, but out of all the gins made, only one of them's been made by a woman for women, which is Bloom.
And that's the one you
Why
told Dave
would
to
you
check
make
out.
gin for women? I thought women use gin as an excuse.
Because they made 2 gins, one for women, Bloom, and one for men, Berkeley Square, but the Berkeley Square tastes horrible in comparison to the Bloom, which is very nice.
Gin, it makes your man more attractive.
And vice versa. Gin.
We have the guitar starting up again in the background.
Yeah, I know.
Do
We
they
should
play
sing a
more
song.
drugs?
Oh, I'm listening to a guitar being played.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Shut the fuck up. Oh, whoops.
You're dropping
Someone
your
just
shit,
leans
Scott.
forward.
No,
welcome to the RetroUnlim Live Jam session.
Chris, when you getting your tattoo on your shoulder back?
I thought you said on his bum.
I was going to get it on my bum, but the skin's too stretchy. So you wouldn't do it on my bum.
You need a tight arse.
Yeah, my ass is very saggy, to be fair. There's a lot of it.
Lunges.
That's why women need a lot of gin to consider you.
Oh, come on.
Tight your ass.
Right, enough
Stretchy
personal
bum.
insults, I think. That's
It's,
plenty of personal insults. I think we should
Someone
move,
else just grew a child.
Did you just say personal insoles? I was like, okay.
if you prefer it.
My heart is a shoe.
Next Friday, Jimmy.
Next Friday. Cool.
Yeah, next Friday, the day before Play Expo. About 6 o'clock, I think we're going to start. We may be live streaming it if we can get it to work on AD's Mac
Oh, that'd be cool.
on my channel. If not,
Wooden
there'll
spoon in
be
Mac.
yeah,
For effect.
there'll be lots of video of me going, "Oh, you!"
Wait,
Why you
what,
put a
Share
wooden-
children.
No, that's why you put a wooden spoon in your mouth, or you
It's-
have some gin.
It's
you
gonna
get
be-
a fucking ball gag. A snooker ball, fucking
We
shove
were
that in your
talking
gob.
about the design. It's going to be the cover art version of Chuck Rock.
For the entire cover, that'd be awesome. A life-size
just-
Chuck Rock cover on your
Just the outline of
And
Chuck.
also the back cover as well, and the spinal.
I think he's got the
Jesus.
Mean Machines episode with Chuck Rock on the front cover.
Oh, right,
so
yeah, that's cool, yeah.
He's going to use that, I think. But I've
Especially
got
with
that to take down just in case.
Well, you could just pause my intro and you could.
Nice.
Speaking of the Play
the
Expo,
fuck?
who's going to the Play Expo? Are you guys going?
I'm very glad you asked that.
No, it's quite far away.
Oh, that's right. Harry Yack has to
It's
prove he's
further
got
away
hair.
from me than it is from you, Jimmy. What are you talking about?
Is it? Where is it? Manchester?
Manchester, yeah.
Manchester, to Manchester!
2 or 3 hours, 2.5 hours or something maybe.
His bed has grown a foot. His shoulder's grown a foot.
Scott, there is a child in your boudoir. Call the police.
Yeah, especially mine. Jesus.
Let him dump all over the floor and let's
Need a
go.
bloody priest.
It's a tiny child.
Oh, whoa, I'm the only metal one here. I'd take a shot on the floor gladly.
What you guys
You've got to be a
Fella
metal
sword.
lover to take a crap on the floor.
Well, alright. Black metal, maybe.
Whoa!
Cleveland Steamer.
What were you going to say there, Chris?
I was going to say,
London become a crash.
what's happened to your parenting skills? It's 9:30.
That's what I questioned earlier on. All children in Scotland are in bed at 5. We established this.
Yes, but
Oh,
I have children in London who just don't want to go to sleep.
Gin, before you say it.
Oh, you bastard. That's my line.
Or whiskey.
I'm going to do, you know what? I'll have to fire up the 3DO and do that as an intro next. Just me lean in with a bottle and just go, gin.
You know how we usually hold up games and consoles that we've recently picked up? Tonight we're going to be holding up children, aren't we?
Yeah, I've been doing it all
Yeah.
night. I've been holding up children. You probably just have one of the guys just go back in the other room and just like pick out their sleeping child and go, look.
Any police officers looking ahead on good authority that none of them are his.
Right. I shall be off and bid you adieu.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Good
We'll
luck
see
for the
you
rest of the night.
bye-bye.
next week.
Yeah, do. Get in contact because I'd love to meet some of you guys at Play Expo.
Chris, you have to
Dave,
take a
I'll get
video
you
or a
before then,
picture
I'll
of
mail you
Harry
it.
Yack.
No,
Yes,
that's
yes,
not happening.
definitely.
I want to
No.
see his face.
I'm going to do an interview with Harry Yack
Yes.
When is Expo happening? May I ask?
next weekend.
Your ass?
What is it, Saturday or Sunday? Or is it
Both.
the whole both days? Oh, cool. I might actually take a trip down to Manchester to actually do it.
Down to Manchester. That'd be a
Down
long
to
fucking trip,
Manchester.
wouldn't it?
Well, from London. I'm in southeast London.
He's
so
got
I
his
might
map
actually do
upside
it.
down.
Southeast?
Southeast.
Southeast.
What's that, Beckton? Canning Town?
If you live in London, do you know Danny Dyer?
Yes, and I'm ashamed of him.
Danny Dyer single-handedly kept the English film industry afloat.
What about Pat
Would
Butcher?
be in some
She's
He
film
makes
or something.
so many films.
I thought he single-handedly made the English film industry take a nosedive.
He's
No, because
though.
when there were no English films, Danny Dyer put 5 out a week.
He was like the
He's the-
YouTuber of his day.
He had
Yeah.
the holding pan, he was keeping it going. Now we got Jason fucking Straven.
Well, he keeps the American film industry going. Anyway,
No, he
right.
keeps Stallone going.
yeah.
You want to do a film? Okay, I'll do a film.
Get out of here, Sylvester. This is my stream.
Gritty and lazy.
Au revoir.
I killed you.
Bye,
Apparently,
Mr.
Auf
He
Wiedersehen,
can't
Chris.
afford guns and he takes people down with party poppers. Hang on while I reload.
I still think it's funny that fucking Bruce Willis was kicked out of The Expendables 3.
Yeah, but he was being a dick.
Yeah,
he
I
was
just,
being a
love,
dick.
I just love that tweet that Sylvester sent to him. He's like, you're greedy and lazy!
Why
I was doing his voice as well.
Can I have some history on
He's
this? What's
greedy and
this?
lazy. Wow.
Basically, if you've seen, there was a video that went viral about Bruce Willis, because he was talking to this reporter who was being. The guy generally was a bit of an.
A nutcase.
Well, no, he was trying to overreach himself. He was being, oh, hello, how you doing, Bruce Willis? And ha ha ha, looked like a children's TV presenter. And Bruce just snidely looked at him and he goes, so what's your favourite part of the film business? And he goes, Well, this isn't my favourite part, having interviews with people like you, and I was just like, ooh.
It's not very nice, Mr. Willis. If it
Yeah,
wasn't
he
for us,
went-
you'd still be on Moonlight.
Actually, I like this idea.
He'll still be a security guard.
Actually, we should support him so that we go back and make Moonlighting again, because I quite liked it.
Oh, das ist schon offen.
Well,
The
no,
world's not the same when Bruce Willis stopped breaking the fourth
when it
wall.
comes to the Expendables thing, I think
Das
it
Wort
was
bestimmt.
that he was given like I think it was like $4 million to work for 3 days, and he wouldn't work for that. $4 million fucking dollars.
Too much effort.
So that's when Sylvester gave him the sack, and on Twitter said he's greedy and fucking lazy. But of course, you got to do it in his voice. You're greedy and lazy.
I tell you what, right,
lazy.
Yeah.
trust me, right? Get a picture of Sylvester Stallone, yeah, in the Expendables, right? And then get a pic without his beret on. This is key. And then, well, it doesn't matter because you're going to draw a hat on him anyway, right? And then take a picture of how Burt Reynolds looks now, right? And then if you draw a mustache on him, chops, and put the bandit's hat on, they look exactly the same. Seriously, try it.
I might have to go and do
The
that.
Burt Spendables.
But Expendables, that'd be awesome.
Job done. Oh, just get Burt Reynolds in it in CG and Back to the Bandit.
I
Best
miss
movie ever.
Smokey and the Bandit.
I
Yeah,
miss Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah, great.
That's a
film,
great
so,
movie.
Apart from 3.
Was there a third one?
Yeah, it's rubbish because he's not in it.
Alright
No, he's in
then.
it at the end
Alright.
for like 30 seconds, isn't he?
Oh, one of them fucking things. All right.
Yeah.
fair enough.
Apparently,
the
there's
lorry
going to be a new
driver.
sequel called Smokey and the Rapist.
Oh God.
What the fuck?
Just didn't go well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dig up,
You
not down.
put that joke back in your trousers, mate. Put it away. No one wants to see it.
I pulled it out my arse.
So, Patrick, are a lot of English films dubbed into German?
We
Nein.
synchronize them. Actually, we have most of the movies we see are from the US, but we have always synchronization on it. We don't have any English-sounding, English-voiced movies in Germany. Only on special days or something, if some low-interested guys over there, but normally you have heard anything in German.
Yeah, but you have DVDs with both.
Exactly, now DVDs have both languages, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
that's always
Yeah, because
intrigued
2
me,
of my
like-
Mad with Children DVDs are actually German, because it was before they were released in this country.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's all like a weird thing for
I
me.
can
Like,
understand them, I just can't read them.
when you go in, yeah, when you like watch like a cartoon like Futurama, it's got multiple audio tracks. I always thought that like, so I guess like say like Futurama for instance, you got Bender who's played by John DiMaggio in the English voice ones. When it comes to the German one, is that Bender character the same popularity as our English character? It just intrigued me.
That's a good question, actually.
Yeah,
You need a microphone,
not.
actually.
Actually, it depends. For example, in Germany, it's more likely that, I guess, Zoidberg is the most famous character because of his voice.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So everybody loves Zoidberg, but Bender has less fans.
Oh, who does Zoidberg? Is it Billy West? Does
Yeah.
the English one.
yeah, it is Billy Wise.
I have a question, Patrick.
Oh, shoot.
And, no, Scott's got the guns.
Yes.
And no, I'm not doing stereotypes here, but is it true that the only place now that you can see the Don't Talk About the War episode of Faulty Towers that's not been edited is actually in Germany? Which is kind of ironic, because in this country now, even on the DVD, it's edited.
Oh, I have not seen Faulty Towers before I actually was in Ireland. Sorry about that.
Oh,
But we have lots of series which are not allowed to show in Germany. For
Really?
example, this the Cage episode of Star Trek, which was somehow related to a Nazi planet or something. Everything which has this kind of symbolic is forbidden in Germany.
Right. I do know that the game Contra, I believe it was changed to Pro Protector for
Yeah.
the European market.
Yes, it's due to the Germans, yeah.
Yes. But you say the Germans there as if you're separate. Do you count yourself as German these days, would you say?
Well, I
Oh,
feel
you
as a
are.
foreigner when I'm in Germany, to be honest.
Because you're one of us now.
Now I'm in Ireland.
Yeah. Well, how on? South or north?
The Republic. Very close to the border. We can actually split to UK.
Go and steal Bob's games.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, go rob him.
Go Rob.
rob Bob.
Some nice games, yes, but I have more like new games.
But then why are you on this stream?
Well, I buy new Commodore 64 games and all this.
Having said that, why are any of us on the stream right now? I don't think we've even mentioned things apart from Retro bit.
We're just talking shit.
Sorry, go ahead, Snob.
I'm having a great week off, sunning myself up in the land of Benway when you fucking chuckleheads invite me into this place stream. Carry on.
I'm sorry it was such a chore, Scott.
Exactly.
Hey, Scott, when you drive into the land of Benway, is there a sign that says, it's not a town, a city, or a village?
Yeah,
Welcome to Benway. Please drive carefully.
Yes.
It's just me making a town badly, just to see what it looks like.
But you're not in Milton Keynes. Sorry, Milton Keynes. Actually, no, I'm not.
Oh no, it's pretty cool, yeah.
This is the first can of R Whites I've had since I was...
Whites is fantastic.
I don't know, this big.
I may have had some last night, but I think it was Schweppes. They sometimes put on the pumps in the pub that it's R Whites when it clearly isn't.
You know what I miss?
Gin.
You know, used to get all these sort of glass bottle juices, if that makes sense. Fizzy juice. You know, remember you get cream soda? Did you get that in England?
Yeah.
It was nasty.
Cream soda was horrible.
That was tasty. Scottish children love it.
I recognize you're Scottish because of iron brew in your hand.
Stop shouting!
Yeah, but James, if you go to Asda, they sell their own brand cream soda.
Do they?
Yeah.
I've never. Oh, but yeah, we don't have that in Asda in this country. You just have iron brew and Coke.
Just one rack of iron brew, nothing else. Whole aisle, both sides, iron brew, and then one little section it's diet.
Smooth MJ says Danny Dyer has been in 19 films since 2009. Name 4 of them.
No.
Shit.
Can I be loose and just say name other actors in them? There was that zombie one.
Layer Cake, wasn't it?
There was that which he cries at the end. Oh,
yeah,
that's horrible.
Layer Cake. That's the only one I think of.
Then there was
Was he in that?
that one with Michael Caine, or was it? Was it the bloke who was in Roger Rabbit? I'm terrible with names, aren't I?
Bob Hoskins.
And then there was. I should just do it like this. There was that one where he was a gangster, then there was that other one when he was a gangster.
and the other one where he's a gangster.
And then there was one where he was a gangster, but he wasn't in London. And then there was one where he was a future gangster.
What about the one where he's a football hooligan?
What about the gangster in space?
Oh, that's an amazing film, Football Factory.
Yeah, it was alright. He's not.
No, it was
the thing about Danny
amazing.
Dyer, he's not the most amazing actor out there.
But he was a football hooligan, so he kind of have you seen most football hooligans? They don't have good range.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave, what would we do without you?
I shouldn't say that because there's 2 football teams in my neck of the woods, and I don't want to get my ass kicked.
Football. I could say a lot.
Bristol
about football,
City, Bristol Rovers, can't we all just get along? No. I will fight you.
It's like Glasgow.
Bristol
isn't it?
City played Bristol Rovers in the Painters Cup 2 weeks ago, and Bristol Rovers lost. So because the police were blocking them, the Bristol Rovers I'm not defending this, it's terrible. The Bristol Rovers football hooligans outthought the police. So instead of getting on a bus, which is what they thought they would do, to go to a city pub, they all just took cabs there. And and the police didn't think of that.
When you say the Painters' Cup, do you mean the Johnson's Paint Trophy? Because
That's the one.
much prefer the Painters' Cup. It's far better.
You had a lovely result yesterday.
Indeed we did. I went to the game.
Did you?
Yes, I did. But I'm not going to talk about that, because this is RetroUnlim Live. And that's not retro enough.
It certainly isn't tonight.
Do you know what is retro? Me. I'm just old. And I'm playing DuckTales.
Ooh. Is that a prerequisite to play DuckTales? You have to be old. Because if so, I qualify.
You should get it. It's awesome.
Is it downloadable?
It is downloadable. It's downloadable on the Wii U, Xbox 360,
I have that.
PlayStation 3. I got it on the Wii U because I'm supporting Nintendo here. And my
Do you know what's annoying me about Wii U at the moment? When did all their games disappear from the high street?
Yeah, it's...
Apart from second-hand ones, that's really annoyed me because, alright, they
loyalty.
said they're cheaper online, but it's like, yeah, but sometimes it's nice just to get in a car and go and buy a game.
I would have preferred to buy this as a disc, the same as most of
Exactly.
the majority of my Wii U games I buy second hand. And reason being is because I can't find them brand new on the high street, and some of them are not really worth that much when you want to buy them. Like, for instance, I wouldn't buy Tekken Tag Tournament on the Wii U for full price. No way. Zombie
It's only
U
about
again.
17 quid anyway, isn't it? No, new.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, because no one's got it new.
But you know, with anything that you're looking at playing, it's either you buy games downloadable or you basically buy them second hand. You know, I buy a lot of my games. If I've got like an alternative, say if I've got a game that's on the Xbox 360 and PS3, but it's also on the Wii U, I'll buy it on the Wii U because I want to get as many third-party titles as possible for that console. And it's a great console for the kids. They play it all the time. They play.
They didn't help themselves though, because if they rushed out the Mario game and the Mario Kart game before Christmas, you know, job done. In fact, they should probably do it before Christmas because obviously the new consoles are probably going to hammer it. Apart from the VCR one.
Oh, I have already seen the new one.
They had a great idea. It was a great idea of releasing the console. They just didn't have any titles for it, which was stupid.
That's somewhat of a history with Nintendo, though, isn't it? Because obviously I'm on a big N64 kick, and they did the same thing with that.
3DS. The 3DS is only now just caught like the attention of people. It's gained a bit more steam and a bit more leverage now. In terms of the console itself, it's a pretty good console. They've been very cheap and cheerful with it. People complain too much about how the console itself.
I mean, I've got one. What's your PM me your username and I'll add you in.
Yeah.
But,
well. Yeah. Also.
It was. I mean, the first time I played one was round Pete's house, SNES-tastic, and the first thing I thought when I played on the pad was because I was one of the naysayers who said, "Oh, it's pointless, it's stupid, oh, it's over the top. Why do I need a tablet or whatever?" But the minute you actually play on the pad, it's a really, really nice piece of kit.
No,
it's really, really well made. Really.
The only issue
it's also
I have
great
with
for
the
just
pad,
using the internet on your TV.
Yeah, but the only issue I have with it is that the range. I want to take this pad downstairs and have my Wii U on upstairs. Do you know what I mean? Or I want to take it to the toilet and play some like toilet gaming. But I can't do that.
Off in the pool.
No, do you know what I mean? It's I'm a big advocate for toilet gaming. I will push toilet gaming a lot with people. But in terms of that console, that was its unique features that you could play
you should do that.
on
you
the
get
tablet.
Stuff like parlor games, sport games.
They've got tabletop games and stuff like that as well.
They should start building toilets with video games built in.
I would never leave. I would never leave.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, Japanese have urinals or urinals or whatever.
Oh yes.
And you have to piss on a target, and there's a screen above it. But the thing is, you just know that some bloke's just going to go, I wonder what happens if I completely miss the target and just piss on the floor.
Like fucking don't play break.
You lose a life. A man comes in and stabs you.
Is to encourage people to aim better. So obviously they might want to introduce them in every pub in Bristol.
I'm happy that you're not a game designer.
They'll need a video game to make them wash their hands as well at the same time.
Ew.
Because we all know the story about analysing pub nuts. And there was a story behind the whole pub nuts thing. It basically...
piss and fecal matter.
Yeah, it had piss, fecal matter. People wouldn't even wash their hands after they'd taken a shite, basically.
Hold on. You need to wash your hands?
Yeah, you do.
You see in England, we have something called running water.
Oh,
no, you'll get it in 15 minutes.
In the basin, and in the basin.
With the fizzy juice.
Okay, guys,
fizzy
toilets
juice.
are now fizzy... What? I'm fucking listening to have a conversation here.
Well, you know what you should use, James? If you really want to kill all gyms?
Gyms?
No,
Kill all
gyms. Kill all gyms.
That'd be a quality game.
If you want to kill all germs dead, then you need to use gin. Sorry.
Gin. Gin. Should rename this stream Gin.
Yeah. Welcome to the gin stream. I fucking fight you.
Yeah.
I've only had gin once and I didn't like it.
That's because you're not supposed to drink it straight.
Yeah, well, that's my great gin. I end up punching out a best mate of mine.
You know what? It is the worst drink if people consume too much. They go mental.
Oh, I turned into a complete prick drinking that. I've only drank it once, but that was enough for me.
Well, having said that, it is basically vodka, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, I was
No, it's
discovering.
not.
I thought it
Patrick says
was.
it's not.
No. There are no potatoes in it, as far as I know.
Oh, I forgot that vodka is made out of potato.
Exactly.
Educate us.
Told me that, and I didn't believe
It's so
it.
funny that every conversation actually goes back to gin.
Or potatoes, and Bob's not even here.
Right, guys, I'm knocking off early, as you tell I'm on holiday, but I will see you next week.
Ah, well, enjoy your holiday.
Back at the
Scott.
boudoir.
Stay retro, guys. I'll see you. Yeah, I'm back in the Fat Cave, so boudoir, whatever.
In a minute, we're just going to see him walk in and sit next to him.
watching, guys. So behave yourselves. See you later.
See you later,
Auf
dude.
Wiedersehen.
I'll be the same. No, I like it.
Yeah,
Come on, no. Well, Patrick, before I leave,
Hey, komm,
come
es
on,
wird better now.
you gotta
Auf
talk
Wiedersehen.
dirty to me. You gotta talk dirty to me in German. Come on.
Mach's gut. Viele Grüße. Bye bye.
what does that mean?
It says, don't flatter yourself, mate, get lost.
Oh, lame. See you later, guys.
Bett ins Haus.
Bye.
Snob wanted a bit
Right.
of Shizer.
Racist!
That's
Then
German
there
for
were
poo.
5.
So, anyway,
back to the washing hands situation, right?
No. Go on.
If you have a pee-pee, unless you pee-pee on your fingers, you don't need to wash your hands.
yeah, but if you go up to someone else, it's when you shake their hands, yeah, just try this to prove a point. Next time you shake someone's hand, just go, I touched my winky when I had a piss, but I didn't wash my hands, and look at their facial expression.
I just do it on purpose, all my business meetings. Yep, I've just scratched myself. But I don't see
That's why he
wonder
has
why-
no
yeah, it's like
business
this.
meetings.
Do you wonder why I was late? Yeah, taking a dump.
Yeah, sorry, man. You know, a great time saver. You know, when you just take a dump and never wash your hands.
I
What?
had some tag nuts, so I really had to dig around in there with a towel.
I really had to put my finger up there.
Why? Because I knew I had this business meeting.
I'm going to try and drag this stream out of the gutter momentarily. And I'm going to ask you a question, the first topic of the evening.
How
And
long
it's
did it take
thus.
us to get to it this time?
Oh, about an hour. But here is my first topic. Childhood heroes. Who did you want to be when you were younger? And do you still want to be them?
Shawn Michaels, HBK, and no.
Well, it's obvious who mine is, isn't it?
Burt Reynolds.
Who Burt
Sorry.
Reynolds?
Yeah, because he likes having the longest yard.
The longest what, sorry? The
Yard.
longest yard.
Mine was Ralph Macchio.
Who is that? Who is
Karate
that?
Kid!
Because then he could only learn one kick, but still be a black belt.
Wax on, wax off.
Do you know what the
No,
thing
I-
about
I
that was?
don't-
I'm convinced it was just Mr. Miyagi taking a piss and going, "That stupid kid's just painted my fence."
No, I don't still want to be him because he looks like shit when he's old.
It's because he doesn't age properly. He's like an old kid.
Yeah, he's just like an old bald child, a bit like myself.
He might as well be yourself.
What about
Kevin
you, Patrick?
Keegan.
Oh, Kevin Keegan. Oh,
But then I realised I don't want to have a perm.
No, I'd rather have no hair than bad hair. Or ginger hair.
jeez. Is there
Sorry.
anybody we haven't offended tonight?
I'm allowed to offend gingers because ginger people come from Scotland.
I
That
can
makes
hear
no
knocking
sense.
at your door.
Ja, so
Like a zombie movie. There's hands coming through his door now, and they've got no melanin.
So, Patrick,
He'll like offend the whole league of gingers, and they'll all come to his house and beat him up.
there's a
They're
league of
saying it,
gingers.
not me.
I live in the country, nobody can find me.
What's that? The Scottish Football League? Sorry, Scotland. I think it's a
alright,
bit too late for that, though, isn't it?
Their electricity ran out hours ago. They forgot to put the 50 pence in.
So what you're basically saying is it's right for Scotland to insult Scotland.
Yes.
Cool. So where does
Unless
Scotland
you're in
stand
Glasgow,
America?
because you will be killed. But yes.
So, Patrick, did you have any childhood heroes?
Captain Power.
Who's that?
Does there some...
You don't
Nobody
know who
remembers
Captain
this?
Power is?
Captain Power is this Soldier of Future?
Oh yes, I remember.
Soldier of
I love this series. I still love it.
It's like when you had the weird negative thing going on in the cartoon and you had a gun that looked like a plane and you had to go boo boo boo. And
Yeah,
then
but it was
numbers
not a
came out.
cartoon. It was with real people, and it was so cheap produced that it's just enjoyable even today.
It looked like it was like Power Rangers before
I think-
Power Rangers even
I think
existed.
I've actually got an episode of it on tape.
Yeah, I've
found
just
it
YouTube googled it.
I guess you can just cosplay it for £5 or something. It's so cheap produced. Not even Doctor Who's old series is that cheap produced, and I also love Doctor Who.
Buck
That's probably
Rogers
who I
in the
wanted to be.
25th century. Do you remember Buck Rogers in the 25th century?
Yes, he was really good at karate, but his skin tight suit
His
didn't really suit his
tights.
figure.
Yeah.
But who was the really fit bird in it?
I don't know. I just
There
remember
was a
the
fit
little robot.
guy.
She was
No,
someone's mum. That's all we know.
Oh God, I'm gonna look that up. I can't because I got an error on my other screen. Hang on.
The
What
little
was her
robot that went biggie, biggie, biggie.
name? Tweaky.
Hello,
Billy Smith.
Wow.
If you look carefully, right, though, when you watch it, because I used to have it on DVD, then I sold it because it's not aged well. All the ships are recycled from all the other shows that was it Larson made. So there's stuff from Battlestar Galactica in there. Yeah, it's all you can spot. You pause it. Every ship in it is being pinched from somewhere else.
Yeah.
What was the thing in the 80s with the flying bikes that went invisible? Was that
Battlestar Galactica.
Was it?
Battlestar
Yeah.
Galactica 80, otherwise known as Battlestar Galactica, the shit one.
What, you mean
Yeah.
you mean you never had one of those, James? Because I did.
Yeah, the reason James didn't know about them was because they were invisible.
Nobody told him they were there, and he just tripped over something in the street. Oh, what was that? No, probably just a bollard.
Bollard.
Oh, I haven't heard that phrase in ages.
A bollard?
Bollard.
We call them poles.
No, because poles are tall. Bollards are waist height.
Oh.
Small pole.
Mini pole.
Please don't take those last two sentences out of context. Actually do. Right, I'm going to break off for a second to read you a short excerpt from the front page of my local newspaper today.
Man walks into invisible bollard.
And I'll give you one guess.
Consul
As to-
Snob done for terrorism.
I'll give you one guess as to where this newspaper comes from, okay? First person to shout it out wins £5.
Do I already know this, Harry? Because we did have a pre-show conversation.
You're banned
Well,
from
apart
this
from
then.
the people who have done the pre-show conversations, then yeah.
All right.
It was just James. It was the only person that was here when I read this. Okay. Shout it out as soon as you know exactly where this newspaper comes from, okay? A fishy tale. Dubious pies destroyed in raid on store. Boxes of dubious fish pies imported from Malta, which may have been unfit to eat, have been seized for... Sorry?
The sport.
Nope. They have been seized for destruction by the council. The local court has granted the local authority permission to destroy 150 pies, which were being kept at a cold store following an international investigation into illegally imported food. Come on, you've got to guess where it's from. Come on.
South London Press.
Officers detained 120 pies containing lampuki, a Mediterranean fish, and 30 octopus dishes which had been imported into the country by a London-based foods firm, which I'm not going to read out. Come on, you've got... I thought you would have guessed that by now.
No.
Pies! Come on. Right,
The
look.
Sun.
It's the Wigan Evening Post. It's Wigan, you see, because it keeps mentioning pies.
I
Now
would
that
not
fell
know that.
completely flat on its face and fat on
That's
its
because
face.
we're all thinking of mainstream newspapers and not local ones.
Yes.
Maybe I didn't explain it very well.
No, you didn't.
Oh well.
By the way, the
It's
really fit bird who played Wilma Deering in Buck Rogers was former model Erin Gray. Look up a picture of her. Not now, because she looked like handbag, but then she looked lovely.
Handbag lady.
Sorry, Erin. If you
Well, yeah,
find a
she-
time machine now, Erin, call me.
Oh yeah, she looks nice in the olden days.
Hey, I'd still do it just for the point of it.
Oh, she was well hot as a young.
I'm glad you
young'un.
got headphones on and your children didn't hear that statement.
See, I play smart.
But I agree, she does look like a handbag now.
Yeah, oh, that leather. That nice
Nice question,
leather.
isn't it? People who were fit back in the day but now look like handbags. Who was the blonde chick in The Fall Guy?
Oh, I can hardly remember that.
She was lovely. £5 says she looks like handbag now too.
What's is the $1 Million Man or something? What the fuck's that called?
$6 million
$6 million
man.
man.
Yes.
That's it.
Imagine if you built a $6 million man now. He wouldn't even be good enough to play for a championship team.
Well, we'd buy him. Wigan Athletic would buy him. Oh, Wigan's taking some
$6 million
stick
would
this
buy you
evening.
nothing. There would just be 3 buttons on his back, so you could go Control, Alt, Delete.
The £4.50 man.
Whelan would still buy it. Moving on.
We can rebuild him, but we haven't got the
Yeah.
finances.
Poorly.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have pies, though.
He'd
Plenty
be the
of pies.
He'd be the
Illegally-
2DS version of a cyborg.
Yes.
He's not clamshell. Never-
So, guys, this is a new question, by the way. What was the worst retro gaming console / game that you've ever purchased?
Hmm.
And I guess
Hold on.
And I guess I'd add a caveat to this. And you knew it was a bad game.
Fantasia.
Oh, yeah, I like that game. That was a good game.
Yeah, I was going to say, does that count as a bad game?
Yes, it does, because play it now. I didn't like it then. I bought it when I was on holiday in the States. In hindsight, why didn't I buy something else?
Well,
Sort
my-
shit out. Little
This
Dave.
beastie here.
the Jaguar.
The Jaguar, baby.
Have you got Doom?
I do have Doom, and it's boxed and shit.
When are you going to do a gameplay of Doom?
I might do it this evening, sir.
You could do it live on the stream.
It's not even fucking plugged in. Look, I'm not doing anything.
Oh, what's the game currently in your console there?
Where did you learn to fly? Where did
Oh,
you learn
God.
to fly?
Oh.
Where did you learn to fly?
It's that.
Most hated computer game sprite on the planet.
But the game actually scored like ridiculously well when it was released somehow.
Was it by Atari Magazine Weekly?
Probably.
Cybermorph Magazine Weekly.
Yeah, it was just a one sheet, and it was called Bloke from Atari Says.
And people handed them out on street corners.
Game is good. We will buy it. Next, who else is still to answer this question?
Well, I guess... Oh, Patrick hasn't, but I've not thought of an answer yet. Have you got one, Patrick?
It's the PS3 a retro console game already?
I guess
Technically, well, no, hang on. If you answer this question at Christmas, it will be.
so. You know, I kind of have to agree with you on that, Patrick, because I've had nothing but trouble with my PS3, because not only is there constant downloading of updates, but the amount of time it
ridiculous.
crashes, it's amazing. Sorry, I cut into you there, Patrick.
Not even that, you have also the problem that you have to install every game. And I can also play PC, because I also install games for the PC. For me, it doesn't make sense that this is a game console.
You can't play it off the disc.
Not every time. Secret of Monkey Island requires an installation, for example. And it takes 20 minutes or 30 minutes.
Was that on PC or PS3?
PS3.
Oh, sorry, yeah, okay.
I have
Yeah, a
the
lot
same
of
game for
PS3.
the Xbox and don't have the issue.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
Plus,
well,
Xbox updates, they're pretty,
Quick.
yeah.
And
That's the
small.
word I was looking for. Jim.
Yeah, that's what, when I had my PS3, that's what I realised. Every update takes forever, and then it takes forever to download it, then it takes forever to install it.
I've never had so
Yes.
much of a problem with the
That's like-
console than I have with my PS3. It's as if the technology's gone backwards. I mean, the games are alright, but I've recently been playing Skyrim, and the amount of lag and times that game crashes, I don't know if that's specific.
It's just the
game is
PS3.
the problem.
It's just the PS3.
It's really bad on the PS3.
No, so anyone out there who's still on the fence about buying a PlayStation 3,
Well, it is very cheap. There is that.
yes. But you will
That's true.
spend a ridiculous amount of your time with previously said problems. Although, you know what? Because being drunk fixes everything. Just drink gin.
Just give it some gin.
Gin and juice.
Retro,
Where's my bloody Fantasia? Way. That's like a sex move.
Sorry, what was that you said there, Michael? I think.
RetroUnlim Live, give it some gin.
Yeah. I expect that in the next teaser trailer, Harry.
I'll try to remember that.
And you
Dave,
still
what
got
are
to
you,
do me as Burt Reynolds.
what are you fondling for off the screen there, young
I want to
David?
make sure I know where my Fantasia is.
Oh.
It's like teaching a kid to potty train. Now,
Always-
first of all, locate your Fantasia.
Yes. Always know where your Fantasia
Oh,
is.
there it is. It's the one that's got Mickey Mouse on the side.
Here it comes.
Hey! Look at the
Oh, it's
glare
the
on that.
Japanese version.
Yeah, see what I did there? Well, because believe it or not, right, even though it's a shit game, look at that, it's so minty fresh.
Ooh.
Even though it's a terribly shit game, to buy the Genesis, because obviously my thing was to rebuild my childhood collection, so the majority it's Japanese, but I had a couple of Genesis games, literally two, so I wanted to get the Genesis version of them. And I ended up getting the Japanese version because they're, for those two games, even though that shit are really expensive, well, when I looked at it. What was the other one? Hellfire. I got the Japanese version of Hellfire in the end. No, actually, no, I didn't. Ed T11 sent me... I bought the Japanese one, but then Ed T11 sent me a Genesis version. And the funny thing about the Japanese one I bought off Amazon, because he was the lying bastard of a seller, when I bought it, it was in fact the Japanese game with the Japanese manual in an English box.
Cunt.
Perils of retro collecting.
Otherwise known as getting shafted.
You've got to do the arm movement when you do that. Whenever you say getting shafted, you've got to do the up yours arm movement. You can't
Like
see
a-
me doing it right now.
That's because you have no face or body. You're just a floating voice.
No, I am Arnold. I have no body, only a
Well, you have it in that
floating
picture,
face.
no.
Yes. Ow.
Hi.
That's an
He's looking
interesting...
pretty handbaggish now as well, isn't he? So when they make Terminator 5, are they going to pump some air in?
Yeah, he's all sagged. He's just went.
It's
Massively.
like someone left him too close to the radiator and he's ever so slightly melted. Which confirms my theory from when I was a child that he is in fact made out of Crayola.
A big walking Crayola. Love Total Recall.
Has
Patrick,
anyone seen the remake?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
What's it like?
I fell asleep halfway through it. If that gives you any indication.
Right, so
So
I'm
did
just going to buy
Arnold
the
in the
original
film.
on Blu-ray. Yeah.
Yeah, the original. You can't beat the original. 2 weeks.
See you at the party, Victor.
That's the best line in there. And just chucks the arms down.
Patrick,
What's the taxi driver say? Not the taxi driver. Who's the
robot?
No, not the other one. That's Johnny Cabs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Damn, I got 5 kids to feed, or it starts
Yeah.
off as 4 or something, and then
Oh, yeah.
he adds an extra kid. And then it's got that bloke with the weird little mini bloke in his
Quaid.
stomach.
No.
Yeah.
What's it? No. Who's Quaid? Arnold's
Quaid
Quaid. Is it not?
Schwarzenegger, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little weird bloke. He opens his shirt, little weird bloke, and just goes, Quaid.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he wants answers, right? But I think Total Recall was slightly more realistic. If someone opened a shirt and that popped out, I just go, Jesus Christ, what's on your fucking chest?
Kill it!
Dude, it's the future. You could have had surgery. Oh, then it's got that bloke. It's got that really, that really muscular bloke who goes, you've got a real nerve showing your face here. And he goes, look who's talking. And it looks like he's got skin-coloured dog poo twist here. Go and watch it. You'll see what I mean.
I'm never going to watch that film the same.
Michael, we can't hear you. We can't hear you, Michael.
You're muted, Michael, or something.
Here's my impression of it. Open your mind, Quaid!
Oh, right.
I would have just said, open my mind, close your bloody shirt.
Quaid!
Quaid.
Just like that episode of Family Guy when Peter's pissed and he's saying dog cat or cat dog in a Nickelodeon and goes, where does the poop go? I mean, does it come out his mouth? Oh, it's horrible. It's some kind of living hell. So, with a little mini bloke, right, presumably little bloke needs to eat, where does his poop go? I know, it goes to that bloke's head, doesn't it, up here?
The mini bloke.
Mini bloke. The bloke within a bloke.
Yeah, it's like Russian dolls.
Is it
Oh, the best bit though
Parasite?
is when he pulls that red booger out and his nose is this big.
Yeah.
He's just like, ooh.
The special effects on that movie are fantastic.
My favourite part. My favourite part is when he's on. They go out into like, was it Mars? And he's lying there and he's got like the mask taken off and he's going. Ah!
And his eyes are bulging out. Yes.
Yeah, and his eyes like popping out of his head. Like, ah!
Next, Harry.
I'm gonna get a picture of that because it's. Here we go. Keep talking quickly. I'm gonna get the picture of Arnold.
We can't. We're in such trepidation of the bubbly eye thing.
Do a drum roll.
Picture.
Wasn't that the first $80 million movie or something? I know they.
That was Terminator 1, I guess.
No, Terminator 1 was $6 million.
No.
Yeah, Terminator 1 was. Look it up. I'm sure its budget was $6 million.
Imagine him
Now they're doing
like,
it.
the DuckTales theme tune.
I know because I funded it with my profits from gin.
And now he's broke for life.
Yeah.
Harry, where is your picture, you
The
swine?
picture did not work.
Ah, you swine.
Terminator.
There
Hey, look, you
That's-
know what? That's bad special effects because they got the teeth wrong.
He looks like Whoopi Goldberg.
I guess in hindsight, no atmosphere might move your teeth slightly.
Yeah.
I bet some men would find that attractive. Just saying.
By some men, do you mean you?
Yes, I was just like, I really want to put something in that.
A muffin.
Just think that latex model is going to be on some producer's shelf somewhere, isn't it?
And he probably has stuck his madness in it.
He's shut the door after a meeting and he's gone.
Oh, this film was fucking expensive.
So,
Where's your bitch now, honey?
It's like American Pie, but with Arnold.
Yeah. Because he's really upset because even though he was in charge of special effects, Arnie never talked to him on the set, so he got his own back.
yeah, dom. Like starts with his finger, and then it finds out that he's actually piling the blooming thing. Arnie just happens to walk in for a meeting. What are you doing to my face?
Would you like to do that to my real face?
You bombed my eye out. Why have you bombed my eye out?
Arnold Schwarzenegger, if you are watching this,
Screw you.
sorry. It's Harry's fault. He's got a Woody for you.
Eye copulation should not happen. It's not natural.
That's basically what you're right. It shouldn't have happened. It's not natural because how did his wife not know that that was Minnie Schwarzenegger when the cleaners, the housekeeper's kid came over? I mean, it looked like you took Arnie from Pumping Iron and then just let a bit of hair out. It looked exactly the same. I mean, you just look at the kid's teeth and just go,
Similar.
something's not right here. I'll tell you what's
I
not
love
right. Do
it
you remember
when
the old
you
advert for Come to California that David Beckham was in?
Yeah.
And then there's that bit when Arnie sat next to his wife and his wife talked, and I don't know if she's Botoxed up or something, but the only thing that moves on her entire face is just a little bit of hair. Just goes, come to California. And you just
Come to California, where we have loads of nurses and housekeepers and cleaners.
and I do them all.
And I have loads of children that
Would you
I don't know of.
Would you like an Arnold quote?
Go
Yes.
for it.
Milk is for babies. When you grow up, you have to drink beer.
That is an extreme Arnold quote.
The best line in any Schwarzenegger movie ever actually came from someone else than Arnie. Do you remember Kindergarten Cop?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember the bit when Arnie goes, "That's my car" or something? And then the bloke who's back to Nick goes, "Yo, man, I was just going to keep an eye on it for you." I think he pumps his gun and then goes and looks after children. How did they sell that movie? Do you know what I mean? So, right, so we got Arnold Schwarzenegger, yeah? Get this, people, right? The meeting, because we need you to give us like 30 million. Here's the thing, bearing in mind he's the big action guy at the moment, now, you know, he's just come off all these amazing hits. Arnold Schwarzenegger teaches kids. Everyone in the room just went.
But they also help him teach himself. How to have a heart. And my favourite part of that
they'll
movie
all lie
is...
down and sleep at the end. Remember that one? And then he has a dream that he gets...
My favourite part of that movie is him going, crisp! Crisp!
My favourite part of that movie is when it ends.
Crisp!
He really wanted a crisp. He was hungry.
Who is your father? What does he do?
Who is your daddy? And what does he do?
Are these your lunches? Stop eating other people's lunches!
Doesn't he teach the kids like military marching songs or something?
Yeah, exactly.
How does it go?
I don't know what I've been told. This movie shit is getting old.
Do you know what? He raised all their grades by, you know, like their marks by 2 grades. And you know how he did it, don't you? They were in the room taking the test. He just pulled a gun out and pointed at them, just like, try harder. The magically all their grades went up. He shot the fat kid in the back. You must do harder. This will happen. And he shoots the fat kid at the back.
You know, the worst Arnie movie ever made was Junior.
Oh,
I am all woman.
My nipples are really tender.
Patrick, is it true that when Arnold asked to dub all his movies, his
I thought you
Terminator...
were going to say, Patrick, is it true when Arnold asked you?
when asked you to star in the Terminator. No, is it true that when he went to actually dub the English movies into German, they refused because they thought he sounded like an Austrian farmer?
As far as I know, it's not Arnold who's doing Arnold quotes in Germany. 1 second. I asked my wife.
What, a curtain? You're married to a curtain?
His wife
It
is
is an
Scot.
iron curtain.
That's not your wife, that's Scott's boudoir.
No, actually...
just pull her.
Get on the camera!
He just pulls his wife to the camera instead.
No, actually, we have no clue who he is.
That's a little known tip.
I guess in the
how
first
Arnie
movies he's
pulls
not
women.
synchronizing himself. It's just in later movies, then you have actually his original voice.
Yeah, but it's the same thing that happened with Jackie Chan, wasn't it?
How do you say everybody get down in German?
Get down! Meow!
And Boogie!
I apologise if I'm offending you here, Patrick.
No, you don't.
Sorry, we've got Schwarzenegger on the brain. We didn't have it, but Harry's just drummed it into us after week.
We have exactly the same if you heard it in English. He was even dubbed in his first movies from another actor in this Hercules in New York or something.
Ah, yes, I remember that.
That was not even his voice because it
You hit Hercules!
Doesn't he bully Lou Ferrigno horribly in Pumping Iron? Has anyone seen that movie?
No, but I'm gonna.
It's something like, hey Lou, I won, but you didn't win, but maybe you could try harder next year, but then I will try harder and beat you again.
Yeah.
When they're on the bus, he goes, hey everybody, it's Lou's birthday, let's all sing happy birthday to Lou.
I just can't imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger sitting on a bus. I just can't.
You know, because he'd be underneath with it above his head.
Yeah. Carrying it.
We gotta get off Schwarzenegger.
Exactly.
Okay. Another question then, do you think?
Let's do Van Damme impersonations instead.
I can't do them.
Bison!
You good dancer?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, when he's dancing and is it kickboxer?
Yeah, he does the splits and then shakes his ass, and he goes like this.
Yeah. Is well funny dancing, man.
Oh, yes.
You want me to break my leg? Like this? Well, yeah, actually. How else are you going to learn kickboxing, you thick American bastard?
Kumite.
No, that's Bloodsport.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's got an amazing, like, permy fringe at the start of that, hasn't he?
Yeah. You'll fight to survive.
And then it's got the bloke who used to be in the BP advert. You know, the one who gets beaten up by Bolo Young, his mate, who's like got biker hair and a beard. Yeah, he was in a BP advert after Bloodsport in this country because I think after that advert, everyone at school just went, "Did you see that BP advert last night? It had the Bloodsport bloke in. Best petrol advert ever."
How many Bloodsport films are there?
There's about 5, I think.
Yeah,
No,
I
there's
only
more than
ever,
that.
I
About
only ever
12.
heard of the one until recently.
And like the Kickboxer films, there's like a ton of them, and every time they writ his character off by saying that he died, and then writ a guy who's his mystery brother.
They're actually related to each other, the Bloodsport 1, 2, 3, and so on?
I think, I think there's something like, by the time they get to 11, some bloke just goes, "This is the penny that was in the first movie."
I understand.
And this is the penny that your great grandfather held.
And this is the profit from this movie, ironically.
This is your wage for this movie.
I'm surprised, though. Was there only one Van Damme licensed game, and even that was just a rip-off of Turrican, wasn't it?
What? Rip-off of Turrican?
Yeah, Universal Soldier was just Turrican.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved Universal Soldier, the film, though.
Yeah, it's
Was
brilliant.
it Terrican? No,
Yeah.
was it? No. Sorry.
Maybe, it was one of the weird Mega Drive games that came in the cardboard boxes. And it was, who was it? Ballistics or something made it? And yeah, I had 2 of them on the cover, you know, because that's the movie, but it was just Turrican with a different sprite.
Yeah.
And it
Okay,
was
if you are
called-
now weird Van Damme facts, Masters of the Universe 2 is actually Cyborg with Jean-Claude Van Damme. But the franchise actually died before the movie came out, so actually they just renamed it in Cyborg instead of Masters of the Universe 2.
That's right.
Are you serious?
It's got that bloke with weird colour eyes in it at the end, hasn't it?
Actually, it's one of the shittiest movie you can ever recall, even worse than the original Masters of the Universe movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I liked the original Masters of the Universe movie. I have the power.
They did a movie of it.
I
Yeah,
saw
it
it.
had Dolph Lundgren as He-Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it was live action rather than animated.
Yeah, and it had
Courtney Cox
Cox
is in it.
She was. Oh.
Was she in it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to Google picture that
And
shit.
so, isn't the cop
The Friends
Strickland?
one.
Is he? Is the cop guy Strickland? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Strickland, cool.
He's all actors don't
Donald
have
Pleasant
real
or not?
names.
Isn't that
Sorry.
Donald Pleasant? Is it not Donald Pleasant in Masters of the Universe the movie?
Is that his name? I don't know. I just call people by
Yes.
their name in the movie.
It's the guy from Halloween.
Yeah.
If I ever see anyone famous on the street, I'm just going to pick a movie and shout that name at them.
Master of the Universe.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't stick. Oh well.
He-Man, call me. Can you sign this?
Just like some random hobo.
Yeah.
Boy,
It's like the dead-
C-3PO loved you in Jedi.
Just
It's
a
probably like
random
this
gay
Deadwinger
actor.
spoof call with Tom Baker. When the doctor's actually calling Tom Baker, and Tom Baker is saying, "Oh, you must be mistaken. I'm the doctor."
Oh, sorry, just right. Didn't Tom Baker do a 1980s as Doctor Who with his assistant computer advert?
What?
I'm sure. Yeah, it's on one of the box sets I got. They got him to advertise, because the irony there is the BBC don't advertise, but they had no problem letting their character advertise a product on ITV.
Hmm.
But yeah, he advertised as a computer with his assistant.
Didn't
Well,
know
what he
that.
Yeah, what he should be. It's on one of the boxes. I'll dig it out. Obviously not now, although I was watching this last night.
Doctor Who. Hey.
Which one?
Doctor
Blu-ray.
Who. Doctor
Spearhead
Who.
from Space.
Oh, this is a good one.
How do I change my picture? I want to show you a picture.
You open up Google Hangout Toolbox.
Oh, fucking hell. Google.
You select the picture icon, which is the one on the far left, and you go to Custom Overlay.
Oh, fuck balls.
So while James sorts that out, I'm going to
Harry,
pause.
I just realised, by the way, looking at the background picture, that, oh my god, he did get old, didn't he?
Hmm.
Your picture with the real life Arnie behind, cool, caricature Arnie.
He also
He
got a lot
Kind of
smaller.
looks like George
apparently.
Bush Senior if he had a full head of hair and dyed it brown. Ooh, because Arnie wouldn't start wars; he'd win them.
Oh, Michael just went.
Yeah, I think he might have had a power cut because the picture that he was stuck on, it was just him in a darkened room.
By the way, that's why I dropped out last week.
Oh, was there a power cut?
No, it was even better than that. I tell you what, The neighbour next door, you all know the story of me and my neighbour and how he's just a relentless twat who's just been renovating his house for close to 2.5 years and doesn't care when he does it, like on Sundays and stuff like that. And when you work days, that's a pain in the ass. Well, he knocked our power out last week.
Oh, there we go.
Nice picture. Seems legit.
You know what it is, don't you? That should be twins too.
Switch that shit off. There we go.
Who is the person on the left?
Oh, everyone knows who she is apart from me when she was on Graham Norton, and everyone was going mental, going, "Oh my God, I can't believe you got her." And I remember I was watching it with my mum at the time, and we just looked at each other and just went, "Who the fuck is she?" I thought she was a ladyboy.
Ladyboy guest. Boom, 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 pow, 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 boo.
Boo, 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 boo.
That's the noise they make.
Where did Michael go? Did he have a power cut?
I think the leg that grew out of him did How to Get Ahead in Advertising and took over his body.
No, it was the little man that was living, the person within a person that was living
little bloke
within him. Crisp. Or what did they say? Quaid.
Yeah.
Just reached out and switched off the stream. Switched off the power.
With his mind.
Open your mind, Quaid.
He must have a terrible job getting shirts that fit him.
Just get fat man shirts.
He should just get what are they called? A muumuu.
A muumuu?
What's that? A cow?
No, a muumuu dress.
Look, there's a muumuu, Daddy.
You remember when Homer decided in The Simpsons that he wanted to be disabled so he could work from home? So he became morbidly obese and he had to wear muumuu.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I know that episode very well.
I'm sorry, sir, we can't let you into the cinema, but I want to watch the movie. I want to watch Honk if you're horny. He goes, we can just give you a garbage bag full of popcorn.
I've got a movie for you. I've got a movie for you. A fridge too far.
Yeah, hey fatty. I was it on the bus. Ralph, I love Ralph. Ralph goes, this is when The Simpsons was still funny. He goes, I heard that your dad went into the restaurant, then he ate everything in the restaurant, and then the restaurant had to close. She goes, my dad is not some food-crazed person. And then Homer goes by, doesn't he? Because he's got to stop the nuclear power plant in the ice cream van with an ice cream. Eating, just going, oh man, must save power plant. How about I just squirt you with my boutonniere? Clown College was another amazing episode of The Simpsons.
What's that one, sorry?
Clown College.
Clown College. Which one was that? Oh,
that was the one where he has to, he wants to be a clown. And what is it? He goes, you people don't support me in my dreams. And he just comes up on the spot. I want to be a clown. I'm going to Clown College. And he's making his mashed potato into like a circus tent, isn't he? And he's just going, do 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 do, and they're just going.
Oh.
And he offends the crime boss, doesn't he? And he goes, you must go through that circle where you have to go through on the little mini bike, remember, do the loop, and then swallow the mini bike. And he just goes, no, how about I just squirt you with my boutonniere instead? Simpsons, come back.
I love The Simpsons. Guys, I might be selling this. Not this.
I'll have your telly. How much do you want for it?
It's not a telly, it's a bloody monitor, sir.
No, I was looking at the thing you said that you weren't selling, but you said it first, so tough.
Oh, there's Dave within the stream.
I will sell you one of these. No, I'm thinking of selling the Amiga to buy more cartridge type things.
I tell you what, James, because I didn't think of it until you mentioned it afterwards, but I should have grabbed those SNES games for you.
Yes, you person.
So when I go back next Tuesday, I'll nip over there, and if they got them, I'll grab them. What was it? It was Smash TV.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh.
Oh. Can't remember. Oh well, but they were good. I don't think you got any of them, have you?
Well, I've not got Smash TV anyway. I saw that actually in your video, and I was like, I want that game! And then you just sort of went.
That place was amazing.
It looked a bit mental.
I wish I turned my camera sideways. Someone left that in the comments. I didn't realise you did that.
I saw that.
So why won't it do it that way? I mean, I know it looked weird, but there was a massive. And also, I don't know. Well, someone asked you what the argument. There was two people really arguing in the background because they were really annoyed about a bloke who came in and told them that their organ was too expensive. It'll make sense now if you go back and listen to it.
I will.
You can kind of work it out, but yeah, and it was like a classical organ like you used to get at school, you know, like with the weird pedals and stuff.
Yeah, and all the buttons.
Yeah, and so apparently they really offended someone. Well, no, someone really offended them by. That's what I put together when I was kind of taking it in when I was in there. Yeah, really offended them by coming in and saying it's not worth that, it's worth this much money. In his defence, looking at some of their prices, might side with him.
The prices that you paid for the N64 games were decent, though. Whatever, even if you didn't got them cheaper than £4 each or whatever, they were decent prices.
Were they doing it £4? Were they?
Yeah, man. Doom will go £9, £10 all day long on the
It's
eBay.
Amazing. Doom
I know,
is
I
so
want
good.
it, and I've been looking at it for ages.
What you can't see though is they're horrifically discoloured. They lived in a smoker's mouth, I think.
Yeah, a lot of my SNES games are a bit discoloured, especially the rear bit. Fuck it.
That's the other thing I should have bought, but the SNES didn't have any of the hookups, and it's PAL, so it's shit. But that SNES wasn't yellow. You can see it. No, it was absolutely bang on.
Yeah, that's what mine's
Although
is
if you
like.
watch it back, it looks like the cartridge slot is an odd shape, but that might just be because I'm holding it like that.
Yeah. What's going on? Somebody chatting.
You've become a pirate.
Patrick said he will be back in a minute.
Oh, okay.
He's away to put Scott to bed.
Oh, we have a comment. Channel Swifts says Tom Baker did do ads for Prime Computers or something like that. It's on the Destiny of the Daleks DVD.
Yes, that's where I watched it.
Michael got some snacks.
Michael has returned
with food.
Hey.
And he's cut the foot off.
Yeah, basically, the power went out in my street, so everything went off. I was sitting there thinking, okay, it's the fuse box.
Well,
outside it was pitch black.
It's weird because we kind of guessed your thumbnail that was frozen the room was completely dark, but we could just see the top of your head.
Yeah. Well, guess the power went out because your thumbnail changed to a picture of some bloke from N Power going like that.
It's mad though. Like outside my house is pitch black, but in a town or a city, if the power goes out, it's mad how dark it goes.
Well, it's funny because when mine went out last week, and the first thing I twigged was I looked out the window, and all the street lights are on. I'm thinking, something's wrong here. And then I looked over the road, and I thought, he's got power. That's not fair. And obviously it was Snob Jockey next door knocked it out, but I thought, I used my laptop, because obviously it was quite early. I used my laptop, and then the battery ran out. I was watching DVDs, and then the battery ran out on that. So I used my netbook till the battery ran out that, and then I ended up with all the stuff that was on my phone. So I managed to scrape together 5 hours. Because it was so boring without power.
It is without electricity.
You forget, people always say, I'm not that sad, I don't live my life on computers and shit. And then you lose the power for one whole night.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
If you lose your internet with a mobile phone or your house internet, it's bad, even if it's for a day, but it drives you mental.
Yeah, and people will say it, and it's a cliche, but it's true, you completely forget how utterly dependent you are on it. And I don't even do stuff like phone banking and stuff like that. And I think I posted my first comment up in a month on Facebook yesterday. So I think of myself as not prolific. And then you lose it for one night, you're just like, wow, it's like living in the 70s and all the shops are closed on Sundays. Although actually I kind of like that.
It's
anyway,
like living here.
I got to take a whiz a minute.
Well, all I can say on the fact is, when I had the internet, I didn't know what I had. When I didn't, I cried.
Well, now Dave's gone, I can ask you a question, Patrick, regarding, don't whisper it quietly because I don't think Dave likes it, but wrestling. Because I was watching one of your most recent video, actually.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that you have a series coming to your channel, an Irish independent wrestling series. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, we were by accident at a wrestling show. It was last Sunday. And yes, my wife always loved to record the wrestling shows. I love it, and our son, who is 4 months old, was at this church wrestling show already. So we just asked the promoter if it's allowed if we send it on YouTube, and they said, "Yeah, go with it." So
Cool.
basically, I have now also asked another promoter because I write everybody from who I record or what I want to review because I had some kind of copyright issues with YouTube recently.
Right.
So everybody's not coming back. Oh yeah, we like the support and all this. Please go on with it. The only thing what they ask for not to monetize it.
Right, okay. See, one thing I find is the local indie wrestling people, they're very accommodating of that sort of thing, the social networking side, because there's one near me that they produce DVDs for £10, and I recently bought one for my brother for Christmas. Well, it wouldn't be recent now, would it? Because it would have been, 8 months ago. More than that now. So yeah.
Actually, the most lads I actually know from Dublin are all somehow related to wrestling. They wrestle on their own, or the friends are wrestling, or the trainer are wrestling. So yeah, it's a large crowd. Actually, this were actually my first friends I had in Ireland.
Wait, we've got to be quiet. Dave's back. Hello, Dave.
What did you say?
Wrestling.
Oh, you mean professional man hugging?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Professional man
for
raping.
Patrick, and it's Doctor Who themed. Right, when they dubbed Doctor Who into German, when the Doctor regenerated, did they have to get a different bloke to dub the next Doctor?
Actually, that's quite strange in Germany, because in the 80s we had only 2 doctors. We had Sylvester McCoy, that was the first German Doctor.
Oh man, you were deprived because he was crap.
And, yeah, actually we loved him because it was our first one.
He was very panto-esque.
And then later on, after this series was finished, on some kind of B channel, yeah, we can actually call it. There was actually then the second one, which is in England the Colin Baker one, so the Sixth Doctor.
Probably kind of reversed then.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The other way.
And from the new relaunched series, we have only 2 Doctors. We have the first 2 seasons only.
So I'm right then. In Germany, right, Doctor Who has 12 regenerations, and then he becomes unborn.
More likely, yeah.
How come you Because obviously it was huge everywhere. Everyone loved it. How come? What was the deal with it? Was it some sort of?
We have our own trash science fiction movies.
Like, so you didn't want Doctor Who in?
There's some small group of sci-fi fans that will actually love it, but we have some kind of own improvised stuff, you know.
Was there? Cause, I was watching a brilliant documentary on it the other day. I think I talked about it in one of the live streams where there was a black market in like tapes for it, you know, Philips when it first came out, because you could record it in the States, and how they converted it from NTSC to PAL back then I don't know, but was there like a black market for it in Germany with
it was in the 80s, yeah, but not anymore.
Is there not a big fandub community, German fandub community for the Doctor Who episodes now?
Meanwhile, yes, since the new series was launched, yeah, but before that, almost nobody, just some random nerds who you find in the internet, and the internet 10 years ago, 20 years ago was something else, and today.
Kind of like on feeds here.
Yeah, I've got to clarify, I'm not a huge fan of Doctor Who.
I got to clarify that I am. And this should have been the new Doctor, Abe Simpson.
Abe Simpson.
See, look.
I actually like this one from the Christmas special. You know, this human who thought he was a doctor.
Oh,
this was actually very nice to have this one as Doctor.
He was brilliant. He would have made.
I was upset that he wasn't it.
It was really cleverly done though, wasn't it? Like you thought he had a screwdriver, and he did. It was just a screwdriver, but you didn't see it until they revealed it in his TARDIS.
It was Sonic, knock knock.
Yeah, and that was it. And his TARDIS was a balloon. But what did he call it? What did TARDIS stand for when he said it? Because everything was like cleverly interlinked, wasn't it?
I have no clue what it's anymore.
Plus, it's also epic when they crack open those things, and they did it when Matt Smith became, Doctor. And you have to have every now and then in Doctor Who a clip that features every single Doctor worked into the show. It's the law.
Does that include Rowan Atkinson, who might once have played him at Comic Relief?
It's actually awesome.
Best haircut he's ever had. I'm just trying to think the latest DVD release, which I might have to buy, and it's from 1993, and I didn't know it was out. I think BBC did those, so they realised that there were bootleg copies floating around, so they could make a lot of money. But it's the animated series. Sorry, the animated movie. It's like an hour and a half long, and Richard E. Grant does the voice of Doctor Who, and the character has his likeness.
All right.
Oh yeah, it's true.
And I think there's also another series that was internet only, where there was a cartoon which had Paul McGann as the Doctor. Do you know technically Paul McGann is the longest serving Doctor, even though he's only in one movie?
Yeah, because it went on hiatus, didn't it?
Yeah, but also, when it was on hiatus, he did like books. He was in loads of books. He was in loads of audio plays. He did the voice. Yeah. And some of them are actually really, really good, because if you go on iPlayer, every now and then they pop up on the radio, like last 7 days stuff, because I think it's a BBC radio channel I've never heard of, regularly plays the old audio plays, and pretty much most of them are his. Although Tom Baker started doing them again, hasn't he?
There's a picture of Richard E. Grant, by the way.
That's it.
As the Doctor.
He looks like a vampire.
Exactly.
I might have to go on Amazon and see what people say about it. Who am I kidding? I'm going to buy it anyway. I'll tell you what I have to say, because I was watching these the other day as well. Does anyone else remember this?
I don't know, we just see the Terminator at the moment.
Harry, but
you're not supposed to see.
Is this Peter Pete?
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome. That's such a great show.
And season 2. They never made season 3. Well, I've got season 3 through Internet Land. But there was a petition and everything. It never got released. I bought these when I lived in Canada, because they've been discontinued now. And it's got everything. It's got all the little skits that were mini episodes that were more like commercials on Nickelodeon. This is... and look, its best friend is a superhero who you summon by letting the air out of tires.
Looks like Sean Locke.
It does. It's an absolutely amazing show. If it wasn't for this, there wouldn't be stuff like Malcolm in the Middle.
I vaguely remember that.
And it's very, very it's got that 2 level of humour going on, and some of it is just like it's quite dark. But my favourite one is, and the guest stars in it are LL Cool J, Michael Stipe, when he looked healthy, and it's stuff like they go to the beach one day with a metal detector and they find a car, so they dig it up and drive home in it. As you do. And there's a cereal in it, because everything's made by Krebstar. There's a cereal in it called, Marshmallow Presidents, and it's like, Lucky Charms, and you got every president's head in marshmallow. And the kid's goal is to have stuck every single one up his nose. And I forget which one it is, but yeah, he goes, this one's for America. Sticks it up his nose, but he gets stuck and he can't get it out, so the whole episode's based on how to get the president out his nose.
I remember this one.
I'm not doing it justice, but it was really, really, like, kids show or not, it was really, really funny. Me and my mates used to bunk off college so we could stay at home and watch it.
All I remember watching when I was home from college was flipping Countdown and Deal or No Deal. It just started around about then.
Did you only have one channel? Did everyone else like it so much they glued all the other channels on?
That was basically it. That's all you can guess in Liverpool.
Channel 4.
You should be watching football though all the time if you live in Liverpool. Sort your shit out.
Yeah, actually, it was weird. I could pick up Welsh channels, and I ended up watching Welsh Premier League.
Was that S4C?
Yeah, S4C and BBC Two Wales.
Do you remember that Channel 4 originally was linked to ITV?
What was it?
Yeah, but they used to advertise on ITV and say on Channel 4 later on. It was never the other way around, and then it became independent at some point. People forget that, but yeah, I'm not saying they lived in each other's pockets, but there was a kind of link between them, or ties.
I vaguely remember that.
About when Channel 4 was absolutely amazing and cutting edge, and not the sorry sack of shit that it is now. Oh, old school Channel 4. Stuff like The Word.
Yeah, I don't really
The Word
watch,
was awesome.
I don't really watch television these days, so.
It's because you don't have a face, Harry Yack. You have no
How
face.
can you have no physical presence?
You're merely a voice.
I can sense the presence of the television.
You're mini bloke on someone else's chest.
Do you just because you said that, Harry? You can't actually. Do you have you ever thought of? Have you found you can sense when a TV's on in a room, even when it's on mute?
Yeah, because my television is a 50-year-old CRT television, and basically, if you stood at the end of the street and it was switched on, you could hear it.
It's electric buzz.
Yes. Oh, we have those in Wigan as well, electric buzzes.
Do you? I thought you said electric buses. Wow, that is the future.
Electric buzzes are electric buses.
Are they? Oh.
They're run by pies.
Yes! Pie power.
Pies and gin.
Gin and
yes.
pie.
Yes, of course. Gin pie. There's an idea for your poolsies.
We need a range of RetroUnlim shirts, and it should say that. RetroUnlim say gin and pies. Gin-flavoured pies. They're the future.
And on the back it says juice, and there's a picture of an iron brew can.
Yeah.
James
Fizzy
holding the
juice.
can.
Juice.
And on the sleeves it says sexy biscuits.
Actually, speaking of iron brew and football, this was funny because in the week leading up to the FA Cup final, the manager of Wigan Athletic banned the players from drinking beer. So it was this whole story.
And their form dropped.
Yeah, exactly. And there was this whole story in the newspaper about they all had to drink iron brew instead. And at the FA Cup winners' parade, there was all cans of iron brew all spread out across the floor.
Oh,
that's all they sold. That
When they won, did they not crack open champagne? It was just
nope, just iron brew. It was just all orange, and the floor was completely covered in orange, and there were people licking it up off the floor. Tramps.
James was there. Free iron brew. This is worth coming to London for.
Yeah, RetroUnlim. Yes.
Can't beat iron brew. I'm actually out of iron brew. I have none apart from this, but
James, what's your opinion on Vimto?
If you spill it on your carpet, it will fucking stain it. That's it.
I have a recommendation for next week on the stream, James. Get some cherry Vimto. You can get it £5 for £1 from the pound shop. It's fantastic.
I've never seen cherry
You can get £5 for £1 might be a damning indictment of how shit it is.
Cherry what is it? Bottles or cans?
I don't know if you can get bottles, but you can definitely get cans.
Cherry Vimto. I've never seen cherry Vimto. I don't
Cherry
think we have
Vimto.
it in this country.
You live in the same country, the United Kingdom.
I live in Scotland.
No,
We don't
it's the
have a
United.
queen.
It's the United Kingdom.
No.
No, we're separate. We're all separate. We may get on in this live stream, but once this live stream comes off, all I do is slag off the Scottish. I know I shouldn't say that because some of my favourite YouTubers are Scottish, such as James.
Harold Gong. Do you watch Harold Gong?
No, I watched
not
Mike
watch-
Grant's Area Shifty Bun and Horror
yes.
Mike.
He recently came back, didn't he, to the tunes?
Yes.
Although
He still owes me a jetpack high score challenge. I know James thrashed me at it, but he's still got to thrash me at it.
Yeah. Did nobody else do that?
It was originally for him, like because you were doing
Yeah.
that 5 days of Specky, and
Yeah.
you're the only other person I know apart from him who likes Specky.
And
To
that's-
the level
did they
that like us that we play it.
Yeah.
Harold Gong likes Specky. He does exclusively Specky games. You might
And
want to
then-
check him out.
Is that his channel name? How I can't talk.
Harold
Harold
Gong.
Gonk.
Yes.
Gong. One word.
Gonk. Oh, 2 words. First name Harold, second name Gonk. G-O-N-K. And they're all looking him up now, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
But this is something else we should do. Who wants to give a shout out to a channel they love?
Gonk.
Do it now.
Which is ZX Spectrum.
I'd like to give a shout out while you're looking that up.
Oh, sorry. I wonder why I couldn't find him because I called him Gunk.
Go Harold Gunk. Yes, CPC Gamer. Go and check him out. If you like Amstrad CPC games, and he does newer stuff as well, like PS2. He's recently done, or is in the process of doing, an LSD playthrough, which is a kind of
Just him getting high and filming
yes,
himself.
that's what it is. Yeah. It's a very strange game. It's more of an experience than a game, really. On the PS1, LSD it's called. Yes. So go and check him out if you feel the urge, ladies and gentlemen. What was that an impression of? It was an impression of me doing an impression of something.
It's completely random noise. I have subscribed to Harold Gonk.
Yes.
I have a shout out.
Do
You
it.
probably know him anyway, but I'm going to shout him out because I hope you don't mind, everyone. But I asked him if he'd like to come on the feed at some point.
Ooh. the
Sega
job.
CD Universe.
I'm going to look him up now.
Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe.
I'm sure I am subscribed to him.
Vampire Mike.
I asked him if he wanted to come on tonight, but he's so selfish he's going to a friend's wedding.
Bastard.
I mean, who wants to drink free booze?
I'll check him out later. After the stream, of course.
Somebody was whispering. I heard whispering.
It was
Patrick, were your wife whispering to you?
It was Mini Bloke.
whispering
No.
sweet nothings in his ear.
I will shout out.
Good game.
Go.
You wanted to shout out. I already gave you a lovely and delicious shout out.
You did. It was very delicious and lovely. Thank you, sir.
Yes. There will be more of those, but that person I asked that I really want to do it next still hasn't submitted clip.
I
And
will
also-
shout.
Oh,
I shout you out quite a lot, James. In fact,
Say again.
I shout you out quite a lot, in fact, James.
Yes, you do, sir. I do pay you monthly installments, so it's expected.
Yes. But the thing is, I don't like Iron Brew, so it's just in the garage. Stop sending it.
Sorry. It's for my wife. She likes it. She's been moaning that she can't drink it. That yours.
James, are you creating a fountain of iron brew in your back garden?
James, she left me after the power went out.
Oh, she ran off. You mean?
Yeah. The collar, you know, they're like the total.
Yeah,
recall
the
collar
security
thingy.
gate.
Yeah.
Look, this was my fridge. Look, I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully, you can see that. Can you see it?
What? I thought you were a fan of iron brew, but I didn't know you were addicted to it to that extent.
Check it out.
Is that
Is
actually
that
your fridge,
Is that
or is that an
real?
internet picture?
There's no food. Only iron brew.
Men cannot live on iron brew alone.
A Scottish fridge.
No, it's my fridge.
It's my
Yeah,
fridge.
because you've never seen him drink it properly, you look at it and think it's juice. It's not. It's like solid mass. That's how he lives on it.
You eat it with a spoon. Drink it with a spoon.
Dude,
You can't get cream soda in Asda. I'm assuming you can't buy Asda's equivalent of iron brew because it would probably cause riots, wouldn't it?
You don't have that. That is not allowed. That's filth. Blasphemy. Ugh.
I love Diet Coke, and I tried Smart Price Coke once.
And
no.
Oh,
no.
I have to admit, I used to be addicted to Tesco Value Lemonade, the 59p
yeah,
version.
but you can't balls up lemonade, no, can you?
Well, actually, they did, and then they changed it, and it tasted like water, and I've never drunk it since.
I think I told you before. You ever tried? I did this out of curiosity, not because I'm cheap. Have you ever tried a Smart Price lager?
No.
No.
Right? It's weird. I mean, I know when you see these adverts when people always go on about this beer's got amazing body, and like, meh, what's that even mean? Well, once you have a can of that stuff, you'll know what it means. Here's how you make. Right? Smart Price lager. Take a normal can of lager, such as Labatt's. Nothing wrong with Labatt's, but it's only 2% is what I'm saying. The thing is, Labatt's make loads of amazing beer in North America. Why don't they just sell it here? But that's a story for another time.
Oh, they used to, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah,
Well,
because...
take the Labatt's, right? Pour half of it away, top it 3/4 up with water, and then put a tablespoon full of white spirit in it, and then mix. I shit you not. That's exactly. Well, I've not actually drunk white spirit, but that's exactly what I reckon it tastes like, because it's got this. You have it, and you just go. There's no body. It's finer than water, and then you go, and but this big heap of chemicals just slaps you around the face.
Have you ever had Buckfast?
Sorry,
No.
what?
Really?
No, but then I don't
I had it
shower.
last night.
Buckfast. Buckfast. Do you not know what Buckfast is?
No.
Oh, Google that shit right now.
No.
Buckfast.
I am currently Googling it.
Buckfast.
I'm just gonna YouTube it.
Oh no, I spelt it incorrectly. No, what's all this naked people? No.
The Buckfast code.
Buckfast.
Early 90s. This is I just YouTubed it. It just says these are the clips. The Buckfast code. Early 90s TV clip about Buckfast. Buckfast. This is what you get. Rabseed narrative. Series 4, Episode 3. Buckfast. Sofa King drunk on Buckfast tonic wine 15% review. 10 seconds Buckfast downing goes wrong. Oh, I'm watching that.
I have a picture here of somebody called Robert Hardman holding a bottle of Buckfast, and he's got a glass of it, a tumbler of it as well. It looks like he's not enjoying it at all.
Oh, I know what picture you're looking at.
On the Daily Mail website, and it
Do a
says,
session, yeah?
it looks like gravy, tastes like Benylin, and has the kick of a chorus line. So say the Daily Mail.
Yeah, but the Daily Mail starts wars.
It's not nice anyway, Buckfast. It's what we. I hope none are watching because they'll beat me up, but they probably can't afford electricity.
So North America's equivalent of Colt 45 or something.
It's what we call the scaffs would drink.
Yes, they'll never understand that word.
The Neds. No?
I've gone to the official, source of everything. I've gone to Wikipedia, and I have a selection of things. Buckfast is a small village near to Buckfastleigh in Devon, England. Buckfast may, I love this when it is. Buckfast may also refer to Buckfastleigh, a town in Devon in England. Yes, you already established that. Buckfast Abbey, a monastery near Buckfastleigh. There's a theme here. Buckfast tonic wine, a fortified wine made at Buckfast Abbey. A Buckfast bee, a hybrid bee bred at Buckfast Abbey. Any more? What, no booze? I want booze for baby.
Channel Swift says, Iron Brew makes your hair turn orange. And Smooth MJ says, not really a problem for James then.
You should see my downstairs region. Bright orange.
Is that why you shave your head then? Ooh, sorry.
Well, because, yeah, like I said, I'd rather have no hair than be ginger. Sorry.
He said it, rest of Scotland, not me.
That's a fool.
So anyway, James, what is your mailing address? Because I want to send you this.
It is in the countryside in the Scottish Hills somewhere.
Oh, thank goodness, I thought he was actually going to say it. We had to cut him off.
Sorry, fellas.
Find me.
Oh.
Apologies.
Why are you apologising?
Hi, Mike.
Yeah, sorry about that. Just had a call from the kid's mum asking if they're okay and there's no limbs lost or anything.
Well, no, they were, because it was growing out your back.
Well, she could have kept tabs on them by watching them on the live stream.
That's what I'm saying to her. Why don't you just get on your laptop and watch them on the live stream? Funny story, she's not very good with technology. She has broken 5 vacuum cleaners. And
stop making her clean then.
She doesn't even know how to do that, mate. I do that myself. And she destroyed her laptop. I found her laptop behind a dryer.
What? Probably what destroyed it.
Yeah, it was the screen was cracked. The bezel was like broken on the sides. The keys were all ripped out by my son, and the battery was on its last legs. I called Dell up and I was like, oh, can you guys fix it? They looked at the laptop and they just sent it back to me. I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. So I ended up fixing the thing piece by piece, but I made her pay for every single part.
But she bared your children. You should have let her get away with it.
No. she breaks a lot of stuff. I mean, I had to get warranties on televisions because she'll break.
But she created life.
I don't care if you created life. If you're running me dry in thousands of pounds, I think
she's good for the economy.
Yeah, very good for the economy. That's where that
3% growth's come from.
Exactly.
We salute you. You created life and you saved the economy. He's a bad man. Harry, I'm going to send you a PM that you should read, but don't read it out loud. Because it's funny when, I said to James, you should say your mailing address.
Okay.
So it's all gone sinister. Basically, everyone, what I'm saying to Harry is I know where you live.
He probably does, actually.
There you go. See if you got it. I mean it seriously. This is terribly exciting stuff for the live feed.
I'm
'cause we
checking
really-
right now.
I'm sure I could. And I remember thinking, ooh. Look at this, everyone.
Hold music.
Do, 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 do. That's the king of hold music. What's it called? Elevator music? What's the weird name for it, or the abbreviation? So it sounds like what it is, but not completely, so they don't have to pay royalties. Muzak.
Yeah.
Muzak.
Did you send it to my Harry Yack?
Well, someone called Harry Yack's got it.
Might be the other Harry Yack. My imposter.
Well, it's
My
funny
double-
because I reset my Facebook password last night because I'm terrible with passwords. And when I reset it and then I went to it, I found out it was a Facebook account I set up in 2007 and never used. And I don't know how to delete it. Because I find Facebook terribly confusing.
Yeah, but
Where
you
is-
need to use it, especially to promote your stuff on YouTube. And
Where is this book of many faces? I have never seen it.
I've been a member of Ball's book.
Does it make much of a difference? I don't mind. I don't want to be famous anyway, so I just do my thing, and that's it.
My friends do not know about the internet. The internet, YouTubes.
That's because your friends, did you know they relax at night? They just sit on the park bench and drink fizzy juice.
Yes, that's right.
I was reading. I tell you what. When I was in Montreal. I remember reading this newspaper article from some French Canadian journalist who went to England and was talking about the fact that they changed our drinking rules because their bars close at 3 a.m., which to me means a perfect compromise between the two. And yes, he said that he was quite disgusted by the fact that he walked down the street in England and he saw a bunch of piss up people run by him, and one of them knocked him, and he said, "You. Don't you think you should apologise?" And the English person punched him in the face. And I remember sitting there reading it in this bar, and then I tore it out so no one else would know, and this go, "You're English, c'est la law, retaliation." That's what they do, French Canadians. I wasn't ashamed though. I was like, yes.
To be honest, I was actually wondering the first night out, why do I have already to go home? At 2 o'clock, I was still going on. Hey, what's going on? And I was thrown out of the pub. I don't know why.
What are the licensing hours in Germany?
I don't know, 7 or 8 in the morning.
Oh. Because the thing is, they always go on about this 24-hour drinking culture in England, but I can't name anywhere I know close to me that goes past 1 o'clock in the morning.
But to be honest, we have not this working times that you have here in the islands. We don't work on Sundays, for example.
Nobody.
No, of course not.
What? So no shops are open on Sundays?
No, normally not. It's a Christian country.
Yeah, but we're a Christian country. I don't believe in God. Unless you're religious and you're watching this, in which case I do, but don't. Do you still have a house in Germany by chance?
I don't know. My parents.
Because I want to go and live there. I want to live in a country where Sunday's still sacred, even though I don't believe in God. You still have TV on Sunday, right?
Yeah. Some stuff we have still there. Yeah.
No, I mean
you can go to some pubs or this, but you can't really go. You make normal course or something.
Oh no, that Germany is the sacred land. Right, so everything's closed on Sunday. You don't have to work, but pubs are still open.
We have, to be honest, we have the highest amount of geologists in our parliament.
Oh my God, and you make BMW too. Is there anything wrong with your country? Why are you here? Go home. Have you seen Sundays in this country? They're a train wreck. I want to live in a country where, seriously, I want to live in a country where we don't have to work. We know everything's closed on Sunday.
I want to live in a country where you get a huge influx of porn, and people don't leave their babies in pubs.
Well, according to the Daily Mail, you live in it. What was it Daily Mail said yesterday?
Yeah, but we have to tell people. Oh, listen to this. Guess the game.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
It's a Grand Theft Auto game, but it's not 5.
Vice City.
Does that count as copyright infringement?
No, because I can barely hear it.
It's Muzak.
It's actually Grand Theft Auto Online.
Ah, you can insure your car, can't you? Do you know that? You insure your car, so if someone else nicks it and burns it out, you pay some money and you can have it.
I've not even tried to go online yet. The reason being is because I've just recently got the Xbox and I've not got Xbox Live yet, and I've got the PS4 and the Xbox One pre-ordered, but I'm only going to keep one of them. But if I get an Xbox Live subscription now, then it's kind of forced my hand as to which one I'm going to have to keep out the two.
Well, no, because no Microsoft, your Xbox Live membership won't be transferable to the Xbox VHS, will it?
No, apparently you can.
Yeah, but if I'm not going to keep two consoles and have two, whatever, subscriptions, if you know what I mean. So if I get an Xbox Live subscription now, it's basically made the decision.
Dave, in response to your PM, you're sorely mistaken, and also you did send it. You did send the PM to my other Harry Yack account.
Oh, lucky it got to you then.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did check though. I did check.
That was genuinely out of concern.
What, genuine? I thought you were winding me up.
He went for a blood test last week, and I was really worried. I couldn't sleep for 2 days.
So do you not know where Harry lives?
Everybody knows where I live.
You live in
everywhere,
internet.
and yet nowhere.
You're mere a face and a voice.
No, I was going to say to Michael, when you said about the amount of porn, you know this big crusade, the Daily Mail on, where it is just, porn is killing everyone, internet porn, no. I was reading this article in there. God love-hate relationship with the Daily Mail. I think it's shit, but the sense of irony you get from reading a story now is just brilliant. And it goes, what was it? Boy stabs his grandmother to death because of online porn session. And then I read one sentence in, which is very sad, and I hope he burns in the fiery pits of Hades. But yeah, when I read one sentence in, and it said, prior to, surfing the web for porn, he'd been on like a 15-pint bender and was smoking triple strength marijuana.
Well,
so that had nothing to do with it.
Can I ask a question? Did he kill her with his stiffy? What does that have to do with online porn? It's like, hey, Grandma, I've just had a boner. I'm going to kill you.
That's horrible.
Just randomly poking her until she dies.
Just about the Daily Mail is going on it. My problem with it is if they block porn, I don't really care, But my problem with that is every time a government gets into start doing stuff like that, then we ultimately end up with them policing the internet because
Yeah, they can't do that. What about Pirate Bay?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is this: it's a fucking nanny state.
Yeah. Well, we need to tell Europe to fuck off. The EU, by the way.
It's not Europe. It's basically the British government. The Tories are renowned by being twats.
I'm not a fan of the Tories, but you do remember everything Labour wanted to do and what they introduced when they were in. They are kings of the nanny state. The thing is, you basically need to tell the EU that why do murderers have more human rights than their victims and pull out the Human Rights Act.
No.
Job done.
Disagree.
Well, that's because you're an idiot.
I'm not, actually. Reason behind it, it needs to be tweaked. If we go out for a Human Rights Act,
what I was going to say was a British Bill of Human Rights is what I would have, but...
No, but the problem is the Tories aren't going to make that. They're going to basically use it as an excuse to do whatever the fuck they want like they're doing now. They're putting people on for slave labour who are on job seekers allowance for £1.78 an hour. They're trying to get our children, basically this affects my kids behind me here, to do military service before they turn 25. Without them accepting that or not. And
I don't think it's a bad thing.
One of the biggest penalties on that is prison sentence. No, the thing is, it's not a bad thing if you have a choice.
We don't have prison sentences.
You don't have a choice.
Murder only carries 12 years.
No, but you don't have a choice.
That's actually the rule in Germany.
Is it?
In Germany, every man has to do 1 year this kind of shit, military service. And if you are a pacifist or something, then you have to go, to some kind of retirement center and work there. But then you still have to say, oh, I don't want to shoot somebody, I'm against violence and all this, and get also interviewed about that. But generally, you have to go to the military, yeah.
I think it's a good... Go.
The thing is, with conscription...
I only razz you, by the way, Michael, you're not an idiot.
I know I'm not an idiot. I'm a highly intelligent individual.
Yeah, but you do, wait, calm down with the self-promotion, mate.
You have
don't get me wrong, I'm not a Tory fan, but I would rather cut my penis off with a rusty bread knife than vote for Labour.
No, but the same thing, there has to be a middle ground. And in terms, I'm a socialist. I don't believe in Labour.
Fantastic.
I don't believe in the Tories.
Yeah,
I
but
believe
you are
that
socialist.
basically, I believe that everything around us needs to we need to help one another, right? The Tories' mandate is let's let everyone fucking die, and as long as we, get our extra 20 grand.
Kind of
And
like
that's-
Labour then, really.
No, I'm not even voting Labour. I'm going to actually look at all the parties and figure out who else basically appeals to me. I
I'm
won't
voting
vote
UKIP for the rest of my life, whether they get in or not.
God. They're the worst.
Oh,
Pop, 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 pop,
Hello,
pop.
Let's steer
Bob.
away
Bob.
from politics.
Pop, pop, pop.
Welcome, Bob the Mute. We can't hear you.
But yeah, no, it just seems, for me, if someone else said to me, look, we're gonna come out of the Human Rights Act, we're gonna pull out the EU. Okay, explain to me what you're gonna do first. Explain to me what you're gonna put in place, what the safeguards are you're gonna put in place that are gonna stop this, and that are gonna basically be fair and just for the British people. The Tories haven't said anything.
But it's got to be tweaked. I'm not. Yeah, but that's because the Tories have no interest in doing it because Nick Clegg is a fucking Europhile twat. But anyway,
it's not just that.
politics.
It's the fact that they're doing it for themselves.
Yeah, but that's every politician ever and every party ever since the beginning of time.
Then we need to change the system. The thing is, economically,
Yeah,
we
but
could have
people
actually
like us
saved
aren't
on.
allowed to be politicians because we're not eat and bred idiots who, come from an elitist society that won't let a normal person be a politician because he'll look after the people and not his self-serving needs.
Yes, but the thing is, economically, we could have actually saved the economy by decreasing taxes. You decrease taxes, you increase spending, people basically spend towards what they need, the economy gets a big boost.
Off
simple
politics. I know I started it, but Bob is here and we should
Okay,
go retrolicious.
Brad,
Hello
have you
again.
got online? Who's been able to get on there?
No, I've not
I
tried
haven't
it for
got
the
gold
reason I said. What did you say, Dave?
I really like the fact that online Microsoft is bulletproof, but not saying like secrets and stuff, but their servers for playing games. But at the same time, I do really resent the fact that you have to pay for gold membership.
I do too.
Because you agree, well, you got the Wii U, Mike. Nintendo stuff's absolutely bulletproof and fantastic online, and that's free. I mean, that's a quality service, particularly on the Wii U. So why do I have to pay extra for gold?
Nintendo at the moment, it's it's a funny story with them. They tend to latch onto things, but they don't latch on fully. It's like they don't like online multiplayer, so they don't put it in majority of their games. They only put it in a few games, and that's by third-party referral. We all knew what happened with the Wii and Smash Brothers. That was atrocious.
Did it have online? I had the game, but I don't recall it having online.
It did have online on it.
Was it rubbish?
Yeah, that you'd get a lot of lag. Now,
because Call of Duty on the Wii Online was absolutely fantastic.
The thing about it, Nintendo promised a huge load of influx of servers. They were going to actually give it more online capability, and they just took a huge U-turn on it. They went onto YouTube channels, stopped people from showing their material by putting out copyright claims. Went to Spotify and that and took down their music.
Should I be scared of doing so many Nintendo gameplays then?
Not really. And the thing is, you can appeal it very easily.
But what happens? They just slap an advert on it, though, don't they?
Yeah. No, if you refuse, they'll try and get your channel taken down.
But you said last week, or was it the week before? How do you? What was it? You say to them there was something you had to quote, and I forgot to write it down.
Yeah, it's basically Section 107 of the Copyright Act.
I haven't got a pen.
So what does that relate to?
Basically, it relates to two things. One, your footage has to be transitional. So, say if you're doing a review on Nintendo products, they can't slap an advert on it because as long as you're transferring from the footage to yourself to the footage, and also the fact that it creates new media. Basically, if it's a review or if it's a media about a Nintendo product, they can't slap an advert on it.
Okay.
How does it work with gameplay then?
The third one is based on the fact that if it's a Nintendo intellectual property. Now, with gameplay, it's a bit more of a tricky situation. They'll either slap an advert on it, or you can do it but not monetize it.
I don't care as long as people know it's not me who put the advert on it. So they don't
But to be
get annoyed.
honest, Nintendo has recently rejected this one, or revamped it. That Let's Play videos are now allowed and all this stuff. It was for a short time that they actually persuaded everybody, but then there was actually, I guess it was Alpha Omega Sin who made some kind of update to it. It's still valid.
Yeah, they said, and then after that update came out, they tried to take my channel away from me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Very good.
They went on a huge tangent, and I had to fight them off with a freaking large broom, because I quoted the Copyrights Act. They tried to put an advert on it first. I said no, sorry, it's transitional. This is what it's part of the Copyrights Act. This is what it states. Then they tried to do me for infringement. It was lucky that I did my research, and the thing they were trying to infringe me on was Scribblenauts, which is not an internet property.
Right.
All right.
And
They don't help
basically,
themselves, do they? Going back
No.
to Sega as well.
Yeah.
They don't all reward fan loyalty. I'm not saying I want to just put something up and make money off it.
Didn't
There's
Sega
nothing.
take down a load of Phantasy Star videos of when they're in the middle of promoting a new Phantasy Star game?
They took down loads of Bayonetta videos as well, didn't they?
Oh,
Yeah.
Sega. Oh, you.
Oh, by the way, hello, Bob.
Hello!
pardon me?
I'm a bit late.
Can I
sorry.
say something for a second?
Yeah.
I've just been contacted by the Overlord, and I have the honour of welcoming Patrick as the latest member to RetroUnlim.
Hey.
Hey.
Thank you.
Patrick.
Bye, Patrick.
You owe us all fizzy juice.
So, yes, your initiation is fizzy juice, please, in the post.
Welcome.
And welcome to the
And
club.
can you give Snob his room back?
No, he's RetroUnlim. It's yours now. Take it.
Yes, it is.
This is what we do in the United Kingdom. You come over and just take everything.
Yeah, squatters' rights. I know they changed that.
Are you happy, Patrick? I would like a speech, please.
Actually, the first thing I want to ask is Bob from the north side of Dublin, due to his accent.
Yeah, how are you? I'm not. I'm actually intently from the south side, but that is damn close. Most people don't get the Dublin thing, so I'm amazed.
Yep.
Shocked, yes, but I'm from Dublin.
Okay, then I got it completely wrong. I talked about from the north side from your dialect.
No. I'm from the south. Okay, this is going to alienate every single person in the stream. But I'm from the southwest of Dublin. I'm from Crumlin, which is kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, so that sounds like a north. Hello, everyone. Let's rejoin everyone. Everyone rejoin the conversation again. Well, I'm
Sorry, this is
incredibly
so
impressed
Northern
at your accent spotting. By the way.
I just want to involve him somehow. And actually, I love the Dublin accent.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
I do, but only on women.
Indeed. Me too, and I have a Dublin accent.
So, Bob, you're not from Northern Ireland?
You not noticed? I may have
Don't insult him.
So you're not British? Get
out! What?
Never saw it coming. Big twist.
Careful.
Oh, hang on. My computer just put a picture of a bed up and says, "Are you still there?" So when do we
Do you
all
want
lose our
to sleep
names
on
and get
me?
our real names then?
Oh, how many times is Google or Google YouTube asking you to change your name? It's fucking irritating.
Well, I believe
Oh,
what
yeah.
you can do is set up a page that's got a name attached to it. So I've got a page called Harry Yack.
Sorry, I'm just looking at your picture there.
Meow.
What
Wow.
the up on?
But is it coming?
Just set
Is
up.
it-
I set
No,
up
no,
the
well-
shop.
You're up on the YouTube political side, Mike. Is it coming? Can we not fight this? Is it game over for branded names? If you know what you know what I mean.
No. It's a double-edged sword at the moment with it. It's Google will do whatever the hell they want, and the problem is with them, they're not governed under any legal contract. I think the only way to go is to actually legally take them to court. Because a friend of mine's got similar. No, a friend of mine's got a situation going on at the moment with Google where they shut his channel down, and it was because a video got flagged. So they
Yeah, I
shut
remember you saying that. Yeah.
and all they did when he was asking them to elaborate on the situation, they went, YouTube terms and conditions, it violates YouTube terms and conditions, that's all we need to say. And they did the same thing with me on my AdSense account. They took it away and said terms and conditions, and that was it. They won't elaborate. They're very shady in their practices, and they have
Also,
no
they don't even
technical
pay the
support.
proper tax, do they?
Yeah, and they have no support structure on it as well.
'Cause-
So
It's someone, I forget who it was, but one of you guys said it last time. I guarantee they won't do it to the big channels.
yeah, that was me, I think.
Yeah, there's with that, is there? Because
Yeah. Ray William Johnson is bulletproof. Smosh bulletproof. Like Justine.
What about mid-sized channels? Because I mean, obviously they're in the millions, but stuff like what I could consider massive. People like Alpha Mega Sid and Happy Console Gamer.
They're
Did they do it
not.
to them?
They're not partnered, and probably yes, because I know Happy Console Gamer Johnny when I was talking to him on Facebook at one point, he nearly got his channel done by Sega. He appealed it. I don't know if he won or not.
I know his Bayonetta. Yeah, he did a thing about the Bayonetta got taken down, but that was taken down because they associated that as damaging to the fact that they didn't want him to get gameplay on that RPG game that was the new one they were going to release a version of. That was the poorest way to explain it ever, I understand. But
oh, you mean Final Fantasy 14? Is that the video you're talking about?
No. There was there was a new Fantasy Star game coming out or something? Or
yeah.
So they took down any videos that people did of the original ones, but then they started taking Bayonetta videos down, and people go, well, hang on, how's that? I disagree with you, but I can see the logic in what you're doing. I think it's wrong. How on earth is Bayonetta related to it?
It's the thing is, when it comes to Sega or anybody, they're very excuse me. There we go, back to normal. With any of these, with any of these properties, what they tend to do is YouTube will take down the videos and ask questions later. So you have to literally keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until the appeal works.
I don't think Sega really understand at the moment how social media works. I mean, the fact you have all these people creating this groundswell for their brand, like their games. I mean, Beats of Rage, for example. Okay, that's kind of a dodgy one to a certain extent. Beats of Rage. So it was you could almost treat it as a advertisement for the Streets of Rage games. If they wanted to re-release them or do their own thing, they could.
Well, but they wouldn't get money from it, but I guarantee it sold some copies of the retro ones.
You could have had that under parody. Again, that's governed under 106 of the Copyright Act because that's governed under parody.
They could have even got in and said, "Listen, guys, look, we'll buy the rights to it. You can work on it. We'll go legal on it, and we'll release this. We'll put it on Steam or something." Instead, they just went, "Oh, clamp down. This is our IP." But the Phantasy Star thing is exactly an example of that. Instead of getting behind it and going, "Yeah, look at all the legacy of Phantasy Star games and all the fans of Phantasy Star putting stuff up," they went, "Oh, what's our IP? We'll take it down." Because we're joyless dicks that don't understand social media. Even though you're doing free advertising for our new series of games, we're and Bayonetta, why not?
Now the same thing happened with Nintendo. They did it as well. And the problem is when it comes to YouTube, there's no the lines of copyright are kind of blurred. The big channels, the big properties like Machinima, IGN, they'll get permission automatically from Nintendo to promote their stuff. The people who are small channels that are on YouTube, and we'll consider them small, are people that get AdSense, but they're not like getting the money that Roy William Johnson would be getting, or Philip DeFranco, for instance.
So they're basically saying you've got to partner with us if you want to earn some money off of what you're
doing.
Money talks, at the end of the day. I mean, it would make sense to get behind them. I mean, we're kind of an afterthought. Like small channels like us, we're minnows. I mean, we don't even. Never mind minnows. We're like, plankton. Exactly.
YouTube.
Have you actually tried to appeal a copyright claim already?
I've appealed all my claims that I've had. I've appealed them and I've won.
But to be honest, it's almost impossible. I have one claim open, and this was actually opened by somebody who is not the owner of the stuff I used.
Yeah.
And I can only say, yes, I have written permission of the owner, which is not the person, but YouTube would ask for this person because this person is reported as owner.
Actually, no.
And I can only click something. I can't actually write something to them.
As a professional wrestling aficionado, someone who's actually worked in the business, the moment you compete from an organisation, you sign your likeness away. So if someone puts footage up and it's got you in a match, there's nothing you can do about it because it's owned by the rights of that organisation. If you have written permission from the organisation, then the individual that's filing the claim is null and void.
No, it's actually about a music video what I used. The music video is claimed by somebody else who's not involved in this music video.
Then they shouldn't be claiming it. If you can prove that, they can't be claiming it.
There's a guy who let me use his music in one of my videos, which was actually a shout-out one, and he found it. He's in the States. It was Classic Gaming Webcast, and he found the form. There's I forget what it is. I'll go through my PMs, not now because it's months back, but there's a form that he found out, and he filled it in, and it counts digitally, and he mailed it to me, and I've kept it, and he said, if anyone gives you any crap about having my songs in your video, this is the form.
There is one. Because I subscribed, I can't remember the name of the channel, but it's basically a channel that just makes music, and you can use their music on your YouTube channels and whatever, but you can download a form from a link on their channel or whatever.
Cool. There's a guy, and I'm going to give him a plug because he does some awesome stuff, Matt McFarlane, and that's where I get most of the music for my channel. So I'm going to ask him if he's got one of those forms, just in case I get done. But yeah, mattmcfarlane.com.
So,
I'll
.com, yeah, mattmcfarlane.com.
I'll stick a link up in the history when we finish this. I'll stick a link up. Yeah.
So,
That would be nice.
has he released his music under Creative Commons? Or?
He has indeed, and he basically the gist of it is Creative Commons. So in other words, if you're producing a game, if you're doing a YouTube channel, whatever, it's royalty free. He's okay with you using it. You just let him know that you're using it, kind of thing. Give him credit, which is great because this is the whole thing. People see that, they see me mentioning his songs, they go, oh, his stuff's pretty good. They go to his site, they might say, listen, I'm producing a game, I want to, buy, get you to write some stuff for us.
Exactly,
it's advertisement. That's the whole. I mean, Creative Commons. It's great. You're making work, and your work goes on into somebody else's work. But it's also a calling card for you. It's also basically saying, hey, look at Bob's video. That music in the background. That's Matt McFarlane's stuff. His stuff is awesome.
He understood the stuff, yeah.
That's what Sega should have done. It's like, look, this is an old Phantasy Star video. This is Phantasy Star. This is what it looked like. The saga continues. Go buy it on the PSP Vita.
Exactly, yeah.
But instead they went, no, IP free.
Also, I know I'm not a businessman, so I don't understand how these things work. But based on just someone with a perspective on, and I've mentioned it before, how badly Sega treated a lot of its customers with their, oh, this console's not working, pull, let's try another one. Oh, this one's not working as well, pull, let's try another one.
It depends.
Oh, let's just bail now. So they should look at their fans and go, Christ alive, we have shat on our loyal fans so much. Maybe we should give them a little something back. Make all the videos you want.
No, actually, this is in the beginning. What the companies have to consider it somehow. If you make a video, it could be that it's somehow insulting for the game, for the company, for the brand name. And now they're seeing, oh, but we got lots of negative feedback from our buyers.
I still
so
think...
actually, there's a capital going, and that is the reason why they now allow it, because, oh, if we piss off our customers, they don't buy our products anymore. And that's the only reason why it's now allowed again.
That's a grey area, because look at the Angry Video Game Nerd. The guy shits on Nintendo games and still basically manages to get loads of promotional deals for it.
But the thing, I mean, I was going to say that, by that logic, anyone that gave a game a bad review in a magazine wouldn't, would get sued by the company. But that happens, and then the company refused to give them any more games. And then you get the whole fun stuff of, if you give us above 90%, we'll give you all the stuff you need to put it on your cover. And Drivergate. Do any of you know about Drivergate?
No.
Short version of this, and Google it. But basically, Driver 3, when it came out, there was a big basically the whole good reviews for covers thing came out allegedly, and plus as well, if you have a look, they basically there was this thing as well that online forums, the guys had shills basically going, I don't know what you're talking about, all these bugs in Driver 3. It's working fine for me and all my other friends that are playing it online, and here are a lot of other people that aren't me under a different name. So there was this. It's basically, the guys obviously had a game that was, it was being released with bugs, and they kind of went full offensive, guys. No covers for the magazines unless you get 90% review. We get all these guys out.
Exactly.
They got caught. These guys got caught. But if you do a search for Drivergate or Driver 3Gate, I think Stuart Campbell is a pretty good journalist. Kind of did a bit about it a while ago. But Drivergate or Driver 3Gate or whatever. But no, I mean, I think, it's actually not a bad game once they fixed all the bugs. But it's just
funny. But, it's like,
but to be honest, it's also
you don't make crap games.
But to be honest, it's how you buy reviews. If you look at the charts of the music companies, they actually also buy their own record just to be a top number one.
Oh, yeah.
And it's also the same if the DuckTales was released. They also sent to each important reviewer so-called special edition, which has the old NES game with some shredded money and all the other stuff. That's actually pretty nice collector's item. But if I receive such things and I think, oh yeah, this was a great game and this is a good presentation, then I have already my judgment at the beginning before
it's
I
upselling.
The new game,
It's upselling for a good review. What they're doing is like, we'll give you something that no one else has got their hands on. This is going to cost X amount. We'll give it to you for free, but just do an honest wink review of our game.
Well, then people who've been told to review it like that just go, I'll tell you what, why don't you give me a good game for free?
But no, but do you ever see that it's those reviews you saw as a kid where the review itself was like, this game is okay, it's mediocre, there's better stuff out there, I had fun in some parts, and then the score is like 9, 9, 9, it's just like, that what they say is honest, whereas the actual, we told them we'd give them 90%, so it's 9.
So
sorry,
the thing is,
like 9 in there, by the way, sorry.
Drivergate it's kind of funny, but James, do you remember Sinclair User Magazine?
Yes.
Do you remember when they reviewed Nemesis?
No, fuck no.
Nemesis on the Spectrum in that magazine looked absolutely amazing. It looked like it was a monochromic version of the arcade. It looked absolutely fantastic. That's because Konami made a one-off version of the game and sent it to them. And every other magazine got the regular one, which I had, which was shit.
Are you kidding me?
Was it like
That's
a one-off
true.
one level?
They made a whole new game. Just
Well,
for
I
the
think what it
magazine.
was, they made some of it, and they ramped up the difficulty so much that they knew that they'd never get all the way through it. And obviously, these guys in these magazines were kids back then, so do you think they thought about the integrity of it and just went, I haven't finished the game? And yeah, so if you type in Sinclair User Nemesis Review and read it, and then type in something like your Sinclair or Crash Magazine Nemesis Review, look at the difference.
I'd heard about
Wow.
that. I know it's not mixed up with R-Type actually, which is the difference in the screenshots is freaking unreal. You know, it's it really is. It's just amazing. You wouldn't believe it's looking on a Specky. It looks that good in their review, and everyone else.
It's like a monochromic version of R-Type with the bits of color here and there. It looks, and R-Type was years later. It looked like they made a Nemesis of the quality of R-Type, but the actual one you got, because my brother had it.
Yeah, I see it now. It's a big difference. Fucking hell.
I mean, it's still a Spectrum game, but
yeah. But
sorry, my Commodore roots are showing through there.
I have one phrase to say to you. R-Type on Spectrum 1, R-Type on Commodore 0.
I thought the version of R-Type and Commodore was lovely.
No.
Yes.
We had colours.
We had lovely colours. Actually, fairness, the Amstrad, the version that came out a year or two ago, the Easter egg version, is absolutely fantastic, though. Not the original, no, not the original Amstrad one. The original Amstrad one was an okay port of the Specky, but there was if you have a look, Amstrad programmers seem to be a huge renaissance. People reprogramming crap Amstrad games to brilliant ports, but the version of R-Type is fantastic, and plus it's got a mode in it where if you die, you keep your weapons, and I love that because I'm crap at it. But it defeats the part. R-Type is supposed to punish you. It's supposed to go. You've died in the middle of a level. Well, that's you fucked.
I tell you what, the Amstrad had some corkers. That was one machine I would never admit back in the day that I was quite jealous of. Once I saw Renegade on it. Oh my god! Back then, obviously, Renegade on the Amstrad was just something else. Don't get me wrong, I love the Specky version, but
Do you not think the control system's a little bit convoluted?
what on Renegade?
It could be different on the.
It's convoluted on
Specky.
every format.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's alright on the Specky, I think.
It's no Target Renegade for sure.
No, Target Renegade is good.
Target
Renegade on
Renegade's
the comic
amazing.
is...
What
Renegade on
happened
the
to
comic
Renegade
64
through
is
time?
Goff.
Why would a Renegade go through time? Renegade?
Yeah, what's the third one called, Dave?
I'm sure it's Renegade in Time or Renegade Lost in Time or something.
Yeah, it's something with dinosaurs or something, isn't it?
Yeah, you fight. You actually physically fight. I don't mean a rip-off. He looks exactly the same. You fight Captain Caveman.
Yeah.
What?
You actually did.
I get a picture up of it.
Even as a
Gotta
kid,
find it.
every episode where Captain Caveman wanted to fly, then he always ran out of gas, right? Even as a kid, that wore thin after one episode.
It's just called the final chapter. Renegade 3,
that's
the
it,
final
yeah.
chapter.
Isn't it got a tagline though? Something in time. Or it might be on the back actually.
Here it is.
I must buy it.
By the way, for anybody who wants to join my crew, I do have a crew on Grand Theft Auto Online.
PS or Xbox?
Xbox.
Xbox.
I went with the Xbox Special Edition because the PS Special Edition was going to be like £101, which.
If you're not, but you might be, I don't know, because you don't ever know who's watching. But you're not comfortable saying it. PM me your gamer tag.
Cool.
Yeah, me too.
Xbox.
Dave,
I'll give you all my gamer tags. I'll just do it on here.
This is a very pixelated picture, but you can just about make out the cavemen.
But it's just
The thing
yellow.
is, though-
That's the graphics.
Yeah.
By the
What
way,
do you mean? Yes, yellow. No, it's Spectrum yellow.
yes, it's staple yellow spectrum color.
It's monochromic goodness. 'Tis no Uridium, I know, but in its defense, it's a shit game. There are better examples of monochromic on the
Dave,
spec.
what's your Xbox name? Go and type it in the thing so I can see it.
I don't know where the chat is. The thingy.
There's a
Artist
button
PNU.
at the top left that says chat.
Yeah,
By
but
the
then
way,
will everyone see it?
if anyone would like to join my crew, give me a shout. I'm not playing GTA. I'm actually robbing some banks because I'm broke. But I could use a hand. If you're only going with a shotgun or if you're tasty in a car, give me a shout, okay?
Oh, Scott left.
Also GTA.
Yeah, I'll give you a shout. Mind joining a bit of extra cruise?
Can I have a sledgehammer? If I get to have a sledgehammer, Bob, I'm in.
You're in, man.
Can I have the club that
Yes.
Captain Caveman's got? Because it's got all kinds of shit inside. In fact, they should have totally killed Renegade, because look how many of them are on. If they've all got the same club that Captain Caveman had, they got fucking...
I can't see now, it's just a picture of Harry. But I can imagine.
There's only one copy of that game for sale for the Specky.
Did it never annoy you, Specky people, though, that, everything was, monochrome? I mean, did you not wish for a bit of colour?
Spectrum yellow, we've already established this.
Oh, that lovely cyan, yellow and magenta.
The Commodore had colour, but
that's your actual
the colour blocks were this big.
I know, but they were colourful.
Yeah, but just 4 on a screen.
I think you may be mixing up the Commodore 64 with blocks, Lego, basically. I think that's maybe what you're mixing it up with. I know. In fairness, I was big into. I mean, I was into the Atari 8-bit, and there was all that childhood rivalry, kind of, the schoolyard rivalry. I was an Atari kid, and there's no games for it, so I got a Commodore, and we made fun of the one Specky kid, and we didn't know anyone.
You make us sound like we were the retarded kid.
But you were, with your colour clash and your one colour and your power supply.
How was the music for the Spectrum? I have never heard music for Spectrum.
There was none.
No.
Had you seen it? No, you had not seen. You see,
No, sit shut.
That was my impression of Robocop before he blows his hand off. There was some.
Quaid!
Yeah. I'll just get on YouTube and click on a search for Spectrum music.
The point I was going to make, though, is that I made my piece and I got a Specky and I have an Amstrad and I have a Commodore 64. And
sexy beast.
It is. There's good games for it. There's terrible games and there's good games.
Flavor Flav and wear it around your neck.
Yeah, boy!
Possibly not with the 128K plus 2, because you won't get through doors.
Yeah, but the Specky music's not great compared to the comedy, but...
Yeah, but the 128K music's brilliant.
Yeah, it's better.
Mike, I'd have to send you my name later on, because my Wii U's not set up right now, and in true Dave style, I don't know anything about any of my various logins, but I'll send you a PM or something. Because obviously, I can't just add you in by adding you in, you have to add me. That's one thing that gets convoluted with Nintendo, actually.
Dave, is that your Xbox name that you typed up there that begins with an S?
Yeah.
Right, cool.
Yeah, if anyone wants to add me in, it's Shitburger1975.
Shitburger.
Oh my god, that's a brilliant name. No one take that name. Excuse me a second, I got to go for another piss. Why did I drink that much fizzy juice? Oh, I said fizzy juice. Fuck you.
Fizzy juice!
He's been on the Iron Brew.
Guys,
He's been brewing the iron.
Okay.
The electricity is going to switch off to Scotland.
Yeah, might be a power cut. Actually, we're getting close to the end of this particular broadcast anyway, so we'll see you next week, James.
Bye-bye, people.
Bye.
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 Hasta la vista.
Baby.
He'll be back. He's gone. Okay, so we've been going over 2.5 hours now, so I think we should think about wrapping up. I'm going to wait till Lawn Boy comes back to see if he has any last words. But in the meantime, does anybody have any requests?
Do you want to take it to the people watching? Take it to the comments.
What? There's actually people watching this?
I know. You'd think there's something on television, but no.
Well, JL76 Gaming says, have any of us guys got a PS3 GTA crew?
I don't, because I got it exclusively for the Xbox 360, because a friend of mine had it exclusively for the Xbox 360, and turns out he got a PS3 copy as well, and made me cry a lot.
Colo CPC says, definitely some weird key combinations, I'm guessing, on the Amstrad version of Renegade, aka press down cursor to jump up. Yeah,
hey, Malk.
Really was
Sorry, just hello to Smooth MJ, and to Shola PC, and to Smooth, and to JL76 Gaming, and anyone else I haven't got because I haven't strolled the partner. And yes. I can't believe I missed a bookie conversation, damn it. I lived in that stuff when I was a student.
Can I just say, I am wearing pants. They're shorts. I'm not sitting here, you know.
You wear shorts.
Dave was
yes, I do. Guys, I'm going to trim down my PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 collection, mainly because it's making it difficult to get around the corner and sit here. And I can't be bothered to sell them, so I'll put a list out and I'll send it all to you. And if you want any of them, you can have them.
Oh, cool.
I'm not saying they're going to be brilliant ones, because I'm obviously going to keep the good ones. But yeah, I mean, I like the PlayStation 2, but I think I might get rid of all of it apart from stuff like Metal Gear because I bought my PlayStation 2 to play PlayStation 1 games.
Bearing in mind I'm wearing a PlayStation 2 t-shirt tonight, was the PlayStation 2 classified as retro? I meant to ask that. In the comments, there was a question there earlier on. What was the general consensus?
Yes, if it's been discontinued.
Yes. Yeah. The games are cheap for it, so I don't care. I always go 250 of them there.
I would always say, to me, something retro is once it passes the magic 10 years. Because that's a decade.
Mm-hmm.
That's a point.
Yes. You heard it here. Yes. That's basically the new grade. Once you have a system that is older than your children, then it is retro.
I've more of a rule of once I can buy the games for £1 each or less, then yeah, it's retro, basically. So,
the thing is, though, obviously it will take a while because the library's so big and some of it is shit.
A lot of it is shit.
Going up at some point, isn't it?
Yeah. But I got R-Type Final and I forget Psycho. I can't remember one of the other shooters for like €1, which is about 70 of your pence, and about $400 at the moment, I think, although I could be wrong. It was the two of them for like €1. That's how cheap the games are at the moment. You know, they're practically giving them away. You say if you got any PS2 games, they throw them at you, going, "We don't want them, take them."
Yeah, I know Pink Planet won't accept them from anyone.
We've only got GameStop left here. Game went out of business over here, so there's GameStop, and that's basically it.
Oh, so the 6 or what's it called?
CEX.
CEX, yeah.
CEX, yeah, we have CEX, but originally they used to ship their PS2 games to Ireland. They were kind of a bit funny about it. They say, we don't ship to Ireland, and you put your Irish address in a PayPal, and they go, okay, we'll ship to you in Ireland. No, really, it turns out, right, I live outside Dublin, I live in Kildare, which is one of the counties outside Dublin, and they didn't recognise Kildare as, if you tried to get them to post to Dublin, they go, oh, that's in the Republic, we can't send to that. If they said to anywhere else in Ireland, they go, we don't know that place, so yeah, it's probably the UK, we'll send to you. And I was able to buy lots of PS2 games for nothing. But
so they don't. But did they not realise when you put IE?
They didn't really understand that.
They
didn't
just care.
It was above their pay scale.
That's too complicated.
Yeah. But the thing is, CEX over here now, if you want to buy a PS2 game, unless it's like Pippa Funnel's horse racing, or whatever it is, horse dressage, it's like £8, €8 for like anything. You know, it's just crazy prices for everything.
My problem with CEX, or CAX, as I like to call them,
the Stolen Phone Emporium.
You can't get in and out of the store. I could go in there, see an amazing game, and then just think, I don't want to. The buying process of this game, even though there's only 3 people in front of me, is going to be at least 25 minutes.
Oh yeah.
The 3 people that go,
That's
my mate gave me this phone. I didn't steal it. No, I didn't steal it. No, I stole it. Yeah.
It's a Manchester accent.
It's a Dublin accent, but it's a Dublin by way of Manchester. And a serious crack out of it.
That means we should call you R. Bob. See what I did there?
Bob.
They said my mate used to work there, and he said that their gaming section. This is unbelievable. Say what you will about Pink Planet. I mean, they're overpricey, and it does annoy you if you flog them anything. You go back the next day, and it's 5 times the price you flogged it to. I mean, I get capitalism, but even they take the piss for that. But they're professional in how they, when you buy stuff, you can get it quickly. Whereas my mate said that CEX was basically the A section is just all the A games, not broken down any more than that. So if you take a game with, C in it, then they basically have to go, why don't you have, I don't know, by the first 2 letters? Or C and a number? But no, that's it. They're A sections every A game, they're B sections every B game, and that's why even if there's only one bloke in front of you, it takes 25 minutes to buy one game.
I thought it was just because they were selling stolen goods, and they were trying to make sure they could sell them without being on camera,
And maybe it's just Bristol, but what makes me laugh is that they constantly go on fag breaks. There's this really weird rota system that at any one time there's 2 people out the front, and then they go back in, and the smoke's just pluming inside, and then another 2 people come out, and then they go back in.
The thing is, it reminds me, what I miss is like when game shops, when you had, instead of like GameStop, whatever, when you just had like local independent ones, with 2 guys that just talked shite all day. You had great fun with them, There used to be one in Dublin. There used to be a couple in Dublin, but they're all gone now. They've all been bought out.
No, one is still there, which is actually quite decent. The Rage.
Are you Rage is okay, but are you stalking me, by the way?
Yeah. I lived 1.5 year in Dublin.
All right. Retropolis. Sorry, we're gonna talk to you later on, man, Patrick. Retropolis is actually better.
He's outside now.
Hey! Oh, that's when you're rustling my dustbins.
Yeah.
Sorry, again, we're back to like alienating everyone in the audience, but yeah, there's a shop called Rage in Dublin, which is actually they're pretty good. They can be a bit expensive sometimes, but they sell vinyl and they sell games, and they're nice enough guys to talk to, and they do that vibe that I was talking about there, you know. That you got a couple of guys just at the counter talking shite all day, and occasionally, you know, you can buy a game off them.
They sit behind the counter and go, drink! Sorry.
No, because it's not Father's Day.
Girls,
Only after 5 o'clock, you know.
Get off your arse!
Girls, drink! Yeah.
I watched an episode.
Das must be der American Matter.
I watched an episode of American Ted. Father Ted.
American Ted?
That would be the American remake, wouldn't it?
There was a rumor. I don't think there was going to be an American version with Steve Martin as Ted. I think they based it solely on hair color.
Just because of the last episode or what?
Oh yeah.
But you know what? The minute you said Steve Martin, my brain just went. Oh no, but he's not cool anymore. That's it. Isn't there? There's a timeline for movies which you call when Steve Martin was still funny, don't you?
Before he became very serious, and then he became a banjo. Well, he was always a banjo player, but then he became a very intense banjo player.
He guest appearance on Saturday Night Live so many times that people actually think he was a regular, and he wasn't. He just did more guest appearances. In fact, there was a really funny episode where Alec Baldwin overtook his record, so Steve Martin comes in, puts him on the carpet, and chucks him out the window into a skit. But no, I was going to say I can't believe this because I really loved it. I watched an episode of this. Sorry, I'm doing a stereotype here, but you're Irish. I watched an episode of Father Ted the other day I'd never seen before, and it was amazing.
Which one was it?
It was the one where they rigged the raffle.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Jonestown. Oh my God.
I never seen it, so you know when you've seen stuff that you love, certain shows like that you can just watch, even if you own the box set, they're on TV. You watch.
Every time I hear Ghost Town now, I think of that episode. That's fantastic.
It came on, and I'm watching that corner of one of my eyes like this, thinking, oh yeah. I don't remember that now. It's old. I don't remember that, and I was like, it just got my full attention. Just went, oh my God, it's technically a new Father Ted episode. Brilliant.
It's actually I think those episodes are really well crafted. I know that sounds a bit poncy saying that, but I mean, the whole way it falls, you get all those kind of random jokes, but then the whole thing comes together. It's really well written. I mean, that's why
it is a story-driven sitcom. Well, that sounds like every sitcom, but not because it's.
Well, no. I think it's Graham Linehan and Arthur Matthews both subscribe to the kind of Seinfeld thing of no hugging, no learning. You know what I mean? There's no message. There's no, no one really. There's no sentimentality, which is great. You know, because it's sick of sitcoms where everyone ends up being friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Seinfeld's still one of my favourite sitcoms ever. Quiet awe in respect of Seinfeld.
Yes.
Here's to you, Seinfeld.
Yes.
Now, P.S., I want to see your car collection because I heard that it's better than Leno's.
Actually, the show is quite nice, Seinfeld, but as stand-up comedian, I don't find him any funny.
Not even his clips in the show?
They're not funny, no, not at all. He's the only not funny character in his own show.
I like his stand-up, but I'm being biased because I like his stand-up. But my thing about Seinfeld was it was like you said, Bob, which is none of them are nice people.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
This is the whole thing. I mean, they summed it up like with the whole thing was no hugging, no learning. That was it. Yeah. It was just about the comedy. I think American, sitcoms need that. They need that kick up the arse, and they go, no, we don't really want sentimentality. It's nice maybe once in a blue moon, but otherwise we just make with the funny, okay? We don't need to see someone's learning.
It sounds like a bold statement, and I know these aren't sitcoms, but I think a lot of the darker comedy shows, sort of the hour-length ones on HBO, none of that would have existed if it wasn't for Seinfeld.
Well, the Larry David stuff and that, and
yeah, Seinfeld was very un-American comedy. Even though people who don't know Seinfeld can watch the odd episode and just think it's your traditional, because I can see how they can see that your traditional American sitcom, but it's not. It's just George Costanza's such a selfish bastard, and I love him.
But what's always struck me is weird about American sitcoms versus UK ones, right? A stand-up comedian in America, their ideal goal is to be basically in a sitcom, to get a sitcom written about them. The Joe Bob Show or whatever. In the UK,
was my goal. I did it myself.
In the UK and Ireland, if you're a comedian, your ideal goal is to be a bloody talk show host or a game show host. That's it. You think about it. I mean, in Ireland,
in America, there's comedians who have turned to talk show hosts, the late night shows. Jay Leno, what the hell was that guy's name? Is going to be replacing him?
Conan O'Brien.
Conan O'Brien, yeah.
Conan O'Brien is
another
one.
But then they bumped him back because no one watched him.
No, but there's the new guy who's going to be replacing him now. The dude from SNL.
Oh, Jimmy Fallon.
Yes.
There was I know the Scottish dude that was in Red Dwarf. Craig Ferguson.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, in fairness though, most American sitcoms, if you look at the actors in them, they're all stand-up comedians. You know, like the majority of them. Whereas if you look at UK sitcoms, generally the actors
all end up as stand-up comedians.
Well, no, they might do, but generally, with very few exceptions, they tend to be actors. You know.
Yeah.
Whereas the amount of game shows, light entertainment, whatever you want to call it, talk shows, whatever, like it's stand-up comedians that end up doing it. I've always thought it's weird that was the ultimate regression. Was instead of going off and writing comedy, it was basically to go, oh well, didn't he do well, you know?
I don't want to sound like a girl on prom night, but my padding fell off. It really hurts.
Is that a PlayStation headset?
Yeah.
Another quality Sony product.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Was he really rough?
He was. That's why I'm sat on a ring.
Gives a whole new meaning to the red ring of death.
And it burns.
The ring of fire.
Alright, guys. I think this is around about the time. Well, Dave's thingamajig has fallen off, so it's around about the time. So
and his headphones.
Shit, does this mean now officially I'm a father?
You're not near a virgin anymore now.
So this is...
Who's the daddy?
When you're talking about Quake in my comment section, is that Quake 1 or 2?
Quake 1.
Did you get Quake 1? I've only got Quake 2, but I'm going to get Quake 1.
Alright, well, if you ever get Quake 1, you should try and beat the... Do a little friendly competition. I just have to go get Quake 2.
T-Father.
Oh, God, here we go. You English and your accents.
I will. Well, do an English accent before we quickly go.
I can't do an English accent.
You sounded Brummy.
That's the closest I can get.
Can anybody here do an Irish accent?
No.
And Robert switches off his headphones. It's one of those things.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You sound like a little leprechaun.
Return the favour. We're equal now.
I'm such a racist git.
Patrick, can you do an Irish accent?
He's just done one.
He probably busts out the best Irish accent ever.
He actually has.
I'm Patrick and I'm from Dublin.
I've heard worse.
Getting there.
Well, you're automatically better than most American character actors, I'll give you that.
There is, really quickly, famously a story about an Irish actor in New York who was trying to get a part. He practiced the American accent, whatever, but there was a part that was up for, it was supposed to be this IRA guy. And the guy goes in and... he goes in... He does
Starts already great.
Does the audition, and the guy's going, no, I need it to be more Irish. Your man's like, he's got a Dublin accent like me, and he said, oh, why? He's speaking the part, going, oh no, we gotta go and talk to the police. And the guy's going, no, I need you to do it in a real Irish accent. And the guy loses that, and he just says, right, fuck this, I'm sick of this guy, I'm just gonna take the piss. And he does the worst, most Irish accent. He says, no, we got to talk to the police, so we do now. So we do it all. And your man stands up and goes, that's what I'm talking about. That's a real Irish accent. You're hard. True story, folks.
And that's how they made it in Bruges.
You don't diss St. Colin. Anyway,
he wouldn't. He kicked the shit out of me.
He would.
Okay.
He was more fun when he drank.
Any last requests?
Colin Farrell, start drinking again. I miss you in town.
My last meal, please.
What, sorry?
Can I have my shepherd's pie as my last meal?
You'd have shepherd's pie as your last meal?
Yes.
Quick question before we... I know our quick questions always extend into another 25 minutes, but what would your last meal be, everyone? We now know Mike's.
We can finish on that. Something with chicken in, I think.
Oh, Steve, actually, I got some for you. Please. But they turned white again, so I don't really want to eat them. I just tried them, and they're awful.
What is it?
What on earth is that?
It looks like
it used to be a black egg like this one.
Oh,
but actually it turned white again, so I don't want to eat them really.
You're not going to eat that live now, are you?
No, because they're gone. They're completely hard in the inside.
Why do you
I tried this one, but it was terrible.
Oh my god, is that like a century egg or something? Is that the egg that killed Ashens?
Yeah, exactly.
Never
But
mind,
I
bring it back to life.
tried it on a recent video, but they were actually good eggs. These are gone already. I love them actually, to be honest.
I would have fish and chips, but only from the Argus Fish Bar downtown because they've won every fish and chip award in the southwest of my country since they opened in the 50s. So that's a pretty good, backup for how tasty and delicious their fish and chips is.
I would like something that takes a very long time to make. Like those century eggs, which are like about 80 years, so I could wait. Found that steak and chips and a nice bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Oh, who said you could have alcohol?
I'm Irish, dude. Like, I mean, everyone else is doing the stereotypes. I'm going to do them too,
That's the reason why I'm here.
All right, then I'd have pie and chips in the West End stand of I can't. Oh my God, I can't remember the name of Bristol Rovers Stadium.
I was gonna say it's a last meal, not Jim will fix it. Then I realised that the connotations of Jim will fix it, so I think it was rather it was a last meal actually.
Like Bristol Rovers, but I think the turd stand might be the term stand might be
The turd stand?
exaggerating what it is you watch the football from.
Sounds like the East Stand at Wigan Athletic, the turd stand. Okay, joke for all you Wigan Athletic fans out there, all -1 of you.
Yeah. In fact, you just lost one.
So next week, expect us all to be chowing down on those meals, especially Dave, because he'll be provided with fish and chips, pie and chips rather, from that specific chip shop after this.
What was I going to say? Next week, can we do this on a Friday, not Thursday? Because if I have to do college, they're going to swap my Tuesday night to a Thursday.
Ah, right. I'm glad you brought this up because next week is Play Expo.
Oh, yeah.
So it's likely to be on a Thursday, and we're going to set a tentative time for 8:30 again. Although, look out for the promos because we had a problem with people turning up on time this week. I don't know if that's a problem with communication.
No, I think it's just because we're all crap.
Oh.
Hey, I turned up on time. I'm efficient.
Yeah, it may just be an inconvenient time for people. So we'll post a promo up on the usual sources. So check that out if you want to know when we're going to be back. And also,
not,
yes,
love
so
us.
My ear hurts. It's really pressing in.
For the sake of Dave, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye bye.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Get to the job.
Who's your daddy? What does he do?
He did not do me.
See you at Play Expo, Victor.